Hey everyone, this is True Crime Wifey. Can you guys hear me? Do I have audio? I hope so. Yay, it was working earlier, so I hope. Thank you so much. Hi, John Smith. Hi, Blue River. Hi, Jolie. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Lynn. Thank you for joining me today. Okay, hopefully it doesn't like power off like it did last time. I think maybe because I hadn't used it in a minute, but it says I have full battery, so we'll see what happens. Hi, Emily. Thank you for joining. Let me go through real quick. John, Blue River. Blue River has a new video out. And if someone in the chat is a mod and can post his channel, that would be great. It's hilarious, his new video. Hi, Jolie. Hi, Andrew. Andrew, I do appreciate your emails. I enjoy them. And I will keep the one about your premonition. I will keep that in my email. You might be right if and when. Hi, Lynn. Good to see you. Oh, Andrew. Andrew, I'm going to be on Jackie St. Germain's channel with her on Friday at noon. I'm sorry. I probably should have clarified better. Okay. So what I want to do today is, and this is not, I'm not trying to basically discredit anyone or go against anyone. Like I'm all about the facts. Okay. And I'm going to say this real quick. I know I've put this in chat. I know I've put this out there. Gish was going to join me. He was not able to make it. Hopefully he will. Hopefully I might get a text from him in a little bit and he can join later. I did offer to push this like further on into the afternoon, but I didn't hear back from him because he's busy working. Okay. So, hey, Murder by Maestro. Good to see you. Okay. So, Gish has an owl theory, okay, in regards to Luis Rivera putting up the owl photo. Oh, one thing I'm going to pull up because I do think I have a screenshot. I actually might just read my comment from almost 2 years ago on a particular video. So Grish's theory is that Luis saw Wendi on Trescott, like basically at the time of the shooting. I do believe, and I'm not trying to speak for him. This is just what I've gathered. And that's, the owl Instagram post that Luis Rivera put up was basically a sign to her saying, I see you. I agree that the sign or the signal of, hey, I've seen you is that owl photo from the Instagram post. But in my notes, and my notes have been here for a long time, I had that the owl photo was posted on Luis Rivera's Instagram on Thursday night while he's at the hotel room. Okay, so there is a channel, it's called Leo Helmer. He used to be called 544 Camp Street, okay? He and Gish did a live stream. It was the first time Gish ever did a live stream with Leo. I don't know if it was Grish's first live stream, but Gish and Leo did a live stream. Hang on, I'm going to stop sharing that for a second because I'm going to pull this up just to show you guys my comment. And when I looked back, I believe the comment was basically either like the same night that they did the video or it would have been the next morning, which was in May of 2024. Let me find. Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you guys for being with me. I appreciate it so much. I think Christina joined. Hi, Christina. Thank you. I'll say hey to everybody in a second. Okay. And I just want to share this. I'm not sharing this video, this live stream. I'm just basically sharing my comment on stream. Yeah, this is when Gish was still masked up. Okay. And I want to make this bigger, and then I'll share my screen once I make this bigger. Okay. Let me share. I appreciate y'all's patience. Thank you so much. Okay. Again, Gish and what used to be called, formerly called 544 Camp Street. His name is Leo now. His channel is Leo Helmer. They did a live stream. It was on May 7th at 10 p.m. and this is 2024. So I wrote in the comment, totally missed you guys. I took a nap so I could stay up late and slept right through it. LOL. Owl Pick on Instagram by Luis is on Thursday, July 17th at night. Dan Markel's house alarm goes off on Thursday, July 17th, unknown time. Well, I do know the time now. It's 12:43 p.m. Wendi reveals this in interview. Luis says he saw Wendi. Sigfredo says it is her, walking on Trescott with the boys on Thursday, July 17th. Wendi had the boys on Wednesday night, the 16th, for the night because it was Dan's physical custody week until Friday. I don't know if Wendi dropped the boys off at Dan's or daycare on Thursday, the 17th. Thursday, the 17th, is also the day when when a resident in apartments behind Dan's house says there are two men, get out, come back to the car wet with a black item in hand. All of this makes me conclude that if Luis saw Wendi in the owl shirt, it would have been on Thursday, July 17th. However, it is highly possible that she's still wearing the same outfit on Friday, July 18th, because she was up all night packing up more stuff for the move to South Florida after the hit. Wendi could have had her entire house, minus the living room area, all packed up in boxes, and no one would have really known. Great job, guys. And then, Leo replies, of course, he's so sweet. Yes. Okay. So, my point is, I believe that Wendi is wearing that owl shirt both days. I believe she's wearing the owl shirt. Now we're going to get to 2019 opening arguments. Listen, this is also not to say that she was not there on Friday, the 18th as well. She might have been on Trescott on Friday, the 18th as well. When I look at the timeline, I don't know if she would have been able to make it in regards to her cell phone. Now, she could have left her cell phone at home, but she did have a lot of activity going on that day on her cell phone while she was at Aqua Ridge. So here's Georgia's opening statements in the very first trial. This audio is not great at all. I'm going to try to make it as loud as possible, but we're going to listen real quick, and Georgia is going to talk about the Instagram owl photo by Luis Rivera.
Activity that they get up to when they're here. For example, Garcia accidentally shot a hole in the floorboard on the passenger side of the Prius with the murder weapon prior to the murder, which resulted in them severing the gas line and rendering the vehicle inoperable. Then they had to get a ride to the store to buy some supplies to fix the thing and fix the thing on the side of the road. So you'll hear a little bit about that. Then, the night before the murder, Rivera will tell you that he took a picture of an owl and posted it on Instagram, which, as y'all may know, indicates where you are when you post something. And he'll tell you that Katherine Magbanua.
So she says, and I'm going to go back again. She says that Luis Rivera, the night before the murder, posted the owl picture on Instagram. And Instagram gives your location, right? That's why Katie was so pissy about it.
That he took a picture of an owl and posted it on Instagram.
Let me go back to maybe 10 more seconds.
Then them severing the gas line and rendering the vehicle inoperable. Then they had to get a ride to the store to buy some supplies to fix the thing and fix the thing on the side of the road. So you'll hear a little bit about that. Then, the night before the murder, Rivera will tell you that he took a picture of an owl and posted it on Instagram, which, as y'all may know, indicates where you are when you post something. And
okay, and that's all I'm going to play of that, because we are going to listen to Luis Rivera's proffer. And I am using TCT, and you have to forgive me. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put the link to this video and his channel. You guys go to his channel. Subscribe if you haven't. His name is Callie Hall. He is an artist, a farmer, and a true crime YouTuber in New Zealand. And if you guys have been around a long time, you might know about the bullying / smear campaign that went on against him at some point in time. And I'm not going to get into it, but some really bad things happened to him because he misidentified Jeffrey Lacasse. There was a guy in Santa Rosa County who had the same year of birth, same name. I don't believe it was the same middle name, but same name, who had some domestic violence charges. And he misidentified that as our Jeffrey Lacasse in this Dan Markel murder investigation. And he did a video on it. And then another YouTuber basically, he made a mistake. He apologized. He, was very upset about it. And another YouTuber took it upon themselves to basically have, a whole large crew of people go after him. Like, and he really got stressed out. I mean, he was having like major medical issues about it too. So, but we are using his video. He has cleaned up the audio. He is allowing me to use this video. And I am going to stop this video at times and go over some very specific timestamps. I know you guys have seen this. I might actually skip a little bit because I have a lot of notes. I have a lot of notes about this one, but I recently went back over it and I took 9 pages of notes that are specific to the things that I'm looking at now. Okay. Like every time I'm looking at something, and I'm sure you guys might be the same. Every time I'm looking at something, it's almost like when I look at it another time, I see different things. I'm looking at different things. I think he draws and paints. Hang on, I am gonna talk to the chat for 1 second before we get started. Because I'm gonna kind of skip around. Well, not skip around, I'm gonna skip through this. Let me see what everyone is saying. Ooh, Murder by Maestro is making homemade bread. sorting out his bread dough. Christina says she remembers that show. I do believe she's talking about when Gish and Leo went live that night. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Blue River. Allegedly, in our opinion. Okay. Yes, I agree. I agree, Jolie. So many nuggets. Okay. So we're going to start, and this is very good audio. I want to make sure everything's turned up all the way. He has cleaned up this audio, and we're starting. They are at the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, which is east of Tallahassee. Luis Rivera is actually located in Jackson County at the Mariana Correctional Institute. That is west, a couple of counties west of Tallahassee, but this is in Monticello. Present is David Collins. That is the that is the father of Chuck Collins, who is Luis Rivera's public defender. David and Chuck, father and son, they are partners in their own law firm. They are both public defenders, and they are both qualified to do death penalty cases. This female here is Monica Jordan. She's a private investigator, and she is basically very close to Luis Rivera. This right here, the back of this guy, this is Detective Craig Isom with the Tallahassee Police Department. And right here in the green is Special Agent FBI Pat Sanford.
You get the coffee yet?
Oh, well, I know people.
So Isom first asks Monica, where'd you get the coffee at? She's like, oh, I know people. Mm-hmm. Oh, and you guys, they ask Luis Rivera if he's had any food or drink, because remember, he's been transferred here from federal prison to do this proffer. And he hasn't eaten or drank anything. They ask him, and then they never give him anything to eat or drink. Just pet peeve of mine. Okay.
Kitchen.
Did you get to eat again last night?
No, sir.
You just came straight back?
Yes. They didn't feed you nothing?
You don't have any canteens here.
What time did y'all get back here?
Better we did. Yeah, I guess so. That would be great, but just the artificial sweetener and
They don't have powdered cream.
that's fine. That's fine. Lucy, you want any coffee?
No. You just put that back in.
I did.
Okay.
So Isom just asked the gentleman that walked by, like, did you set that up? Meaning, are you recording this? And he's like, I've already did it. Yeah, I'm going to fast forward.
So it's all good, man. I know you tried your hardest yesterday. So don't worry about it, man. Don't worry
No, we
about
might try some more. You never know. See, I thought that his ticket was given to him on the way home. That would have been a good point of reference to help narrow down the geography. But it was given to him on the way up.
See, they said, I thought his ticket, they're talking about when he got pulled over in Gainesville, because, okay, this is one thing to note. The day before is when Chuck Collins, Luis Rivera, and a whole bunch of FBI, I don't know if TPD was there, but they all go on this like van ride looking for the bridge that Luis Rivera says Garcia has thrown the gun off of. So that's why Chuck is not here, because they were out there for many, many hours. They went all the way down, like toward like south of Tampa toward like Naples, Sarasota, where like I-75 ends, and then which is basically the route that Luis and Sigfredo took after the murder. And at one point, I believe it's either at Sarasota or Naples area, then basically it's a alligator alley, quote, alligator alley is a straight shot basically east and west, but or west, I'm sorry, east over to Miami. That's the route that they took. So the reason why Chuck is not here is because Chuck had been in this van. See, Luis Rivera's been in this van or whatever. Then they're bringing him here. I mean, Luis has not slept. He's not eaten anything. He's not drank anything. Yeah. Okay. So Blue River says, what I like about Luis is his honesty, his unintentional humor, and his kicks. Yeah, he's got on some Nikes, huh? Yes, Naples to Fort Lauderdale. Thank you very much, Andrew. Yeah, I always go the turnpike. I don't go way down there.
And my son told me he was on the way down. I would have had a whole different strategy if I'd known that.
Okay,
And I will tell you guys the details around that speeding ticket that Luis Rivera got. I do know where he got it at, and I do know the deputy, or I'm sorry, the Florida State Trooper that he received the ticket from. I guess I could just tell you that now. I'm looking through my notes, like, where's the notes? Luis, okay. I'll tell you, I'm remembering it. Okay, it is. Okay, so the trooper that issued Luis Rivera the citation was Trooper Stephen Downing of Alachua County, and he pulled Luis over on 6/4/2014. That trooper, Downing, was Trooper of the Year in 2024. He's a part of the Florida Highway Patrol Troop B, 9-year veteran. I'm sorry, he was a 9-year veteran in 2019 when the information was revealed in court documents. So by now he's a 16-year veteran in 2026. He is still employed, and his title is corporal. And he documented that Luis Rivera was traveling alone. And the reason why I believe that he did that is because once he pulled up in NCIC, which is the National Criminal Information Center, once he pulled up the NCIC, he saw that there was a federal laissez-faire in there, quote unquote laissez-faire, meaning leave alone. That's why he let him go. And I think at that point, when the trooper saw that, he just did not identify the second man in the car, who was Sigfredo. All right. I digress. Okay.
we did this the other day on September 30th on Friday, and we did a swearing in. Okay. I'm just going to read this time, the same exact form. And Mr.
Andrew, he let him go because the FBI had a tag in the NCIC saying, let him go. This guy is under federal investigation. You are state, you are local, you are a city police officer. Do not get involved. That's why. Did anyone watch the Afro-Man testimony? He reminded me of Luis. No, I did not see that. Okay.
Collins is going to explain anything further, and he can look at the form. Okay, but before we start that, I just want you to raise your right hand. I'm Investigator Craig Adelson with the Tallahassee Police Department. I'm conducting an official criminal investigation concerning homicide. Any false statements about material matters given by a witness under oath will constitute perjury, which is the first degree misdemeanor according to section 837.012 for statutes. You already have your right hand raised. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the evidence you are about to give me is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes, sir. You understand that if you knowingly make material mistakes of fact during this investigation, you will commit the crime of perjury?
Yes. Louis, do you have any questions about what the detective just said? You understand that if you don't know the answer to a question, it's okay to say, I don't know. If you don't understand the question, it's okay to say, I don't understand the question. Could you repeat it? All right. The most important thing is that you give truthful information, which I know you will. You don't guess. If you need time to think about something, that's okay.
You guys remember, this is a death penalty case. Luis Rivera is cooperating because he doesn't want the death penalty.
If you intentionally tell a story or you give a statement that you know is not truthful, not only will you have committed a crime of perjury, which is really the least of your concerns, the most important thing is you will no longer have a deal. Okay?
A lot is riding on this proffer. Luis Rivera is extremely sleep deprived. He has not had anything to drink in, well, Craig Adelson said since last night. This is 10:04 in the morning. So what, 12 hours or more? And he's had nothing to eat or drink. So I don't know why they didn't feed him. This is disgusting. But okay, I'll be quiet.
All right. Now, we do know that you have immunity. So, you know, the things that they've asked about you that they haven't got independent of you, they couldn't use against you. You understand that. But that ain't the deal. The deal is we want to tell the truth and do what's right. Yes, you understand? That's the point. All right. I don't have any further questions in that regard. And the statement's is being recorded? Yes.
Right. Louis, the first time that you had a conversation, well, let me start this because I want to make sure I understand this. Did you ever meet or know or hear of Daniel Markel before this occurred? No.
Speak up loud.
I think if I heard about him.
Did you ever hear of him?
No, not at all.
Never heard of him? Never knew anything about him?
No, sir.
No one's ever mentioned that name before.
No, sir, not at all.
What about Wendi Adelson?
Not at all either.
Anybody else by the last name of Adelson?
No, sir.
Okay. When's the first time, if you can recall, when you first understood that you were going to come to Tallahassee? Because my understanding is you've never been to Tallahassee before.
Never been up here.
Okay. What was the circumstances of the first that caused you to come to Tallahassee the very first time?
I thought the first time I was coming up here, I thought we were going to come here and rob somebody. You know? So when I get in the car, that's when Garcia told me, what are we coming up here for? Coming here to kill somebody.
So before you got in the car, you had a conversation with Sigfredo Garcia,
In my house.
Tuto,
Yeah.
at your house?
Mm-hmm.
And he says he wants you to go with him to Tallahassee?
Yeah.
To do a drug robbery?
My understanding when he was talking to me, first I thought it was going to be like a robbery.
Just a robbery?
I thought it was going to be a simple robbery. But then as we kept going on talking about it, that's when he told me, listen, I got to come up here for a job. I'm finna get hired. We're getting hired, but to kill somebody.
You already left, or is that before you?
No, I was still in my house.
Okay.
Then I rented a car. We got in the car, and he told me, "Nobody, like, you want to come out here? I'm gonna kill this guy. You're gonna get paid this much, $35,000." So I looked at him. I asked, it's a little bit of money, but all right, whatever. Let's drive. We're driving. He showed me a picture of Markel. That's the first time I seen a picture of him, and I heard about his name. He told me, "Man, there's a guy we're gonna go see. His name is Markel." I'm like, I don't need the name. Forget about the name because I'm not gonna remember the fucking name. Just show me the picture. I just seen the picture and I looked at him. So I drove up here. Come up here the first night. We went to the hotel,
I hate to interrupt you, but I do. I want to make sure we're talking about the first trip.
the first trip.
And you rented the car?
No, the car was not under my name.
Okay. Is it a rental car or is
It was a rental car.
rental car? Who rented the car?
It was Garcia. He came with the car.
He came with the car.
He came with the car.
To your place.
He came over to my homegirl's house,
Who's that?
Rochelle. He picked me up and I left. You know, he like, yo, what's up?
So he called you and said, I'm going to get you.
The story, here it
He said I was at my homegirl's house, Rochelle. So Rochelle is a different woman than his quote wife, Jessica, and then also I guess she's the side chick.
He told me the story. He rented the car
Sorry.
and came and picked me up that same day.
Okay.
He was like, yo, I'm on my way. He picked me up, I got in the car, I left, went to my house, changed up, got in the car, and we drove. It was like a Wednesday night, I think Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
You knew that the purpose of him renting the car was to drive to Tallahassee with it?
Yes, sir.
So he'd already told you, I'm going to rent a car, or he shows up and says, I've rented a car.
No, he said, I got to rent a car. He ready to rent a car. He said, I'm going to go rent a car, I'll be back later.
So you knew that the story, the first version, is that you're coming up here to rob somebody, he's going to go rent a car.
Yeah.
But it changed to murder
Mhm.
before or after he rented the car.
No, before he rented the car. Remember, we was in the house speaking about it.
It's got to be down, they got to get it off.
I didn't want you to get me confused and throw me back and forth.
Exactly. I'm not trying to.
So I'm going to be straight up.
Detective Adelson, do you care if I might ask a question that I think may help? Not right now. I just
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, I'm fine right now.
And I definitely want him to go through the whole story, but I'm afraid if we get too far down the road,
I
and
get
it's the fact that,
I agree.
that's all.
When things don't make sense or add up, we got to stop and get to it. Okay. How long was it? You said you initially
Isom talks way too much during this interview, just by the way.
thought that this was going to be a robbery. What gave you that idea? Why did you think it was going to be a robbery?
I'm a jack boy.
Okay.
I said, I rob drug dealers.
Okay. So he was talking in terms of a job in Tallahassee.
Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking we finna go, okay, boom. But then he's like, man, it's not that. I'm finna go kill somebody. We're gonna get hired.
Okay. And this was before he went and rented the car.
Before he rented the car.
Okay. So when he got the car, it was either in his name or somebody else's name.
I don't know whose name was it, but he came with the car. He came up with the car to my homegirl's house. I was there drinking that night. I jumped in the car, went home.
What kind of car was it?
It was like a black Nissan.
Okay.
It was a Nissan.
And what date was this, as best as you remember?
I don't remember the date.
Will you remember the month and the year?
So they did not rent a black Nissan. It was actually a silver Nissan during the first trip. And I think that I don't believe that Luis is trying to be deceptive here. I just think that he just doesn't really remember. I mean, he's also been locked up for over a year right now in federal custody because of the RICO. I know you guys are discussing this. The RICO against the LKs. He kept his mouth shut. That's why he got incarcerated. Let's see. The reason Isom kept asking him about how many bullets is because they found a bunch outside the gym that didn't match their gun. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, that could be any kind of shenanigans. Yeah, yeah. And Isom. Mm-hmm. I agree. Well, I don't think you become the leader of the North Miami LKs by only being a jack boy. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I think I don't think he's ever pew-pewed anyone, but I think that definitely he's been involved in some other things. Yes, he did. Yeah, and you know what? That is the June 4th. During the June trip, Sigfredo Garcia had rented, I'm trying to remember. Sigfredo Garcia had rented a silver Nissan on June 2nd. He gets pulled over like an hour later at like 9:48 p.m. Then he goes back the next day and switches out the cars. So then that they actually get, I believe it's a light blue Hyundai Sonata, but it's like the really light silvery. So I do have those details of my notes right now, but there's someone else. Hey, Dixie Doodles, thank you for joining us. Yeah. Oh, and Sigfredo Garcia does have a new mugshot. He's totally clean, like clean shave. He's very tan. Yeah, it's pretty creepy. His new mugshot is something else. Okay. Luis got a ticket in July on the way here.
The one had to be like either June or July.
Okay.
The year was 2014.
Okay. And he showed you a picture of Markel
Markel.
and said y'all were going to go kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, were you the one that he was intending to go do the murder, or why were you even involved?
Because he told me he trusts me. He said, I trust you, and you're the only one I trust.
But were you the one he was hiring to do the murder? Because I don't understand why you need two people to commit a murder.
They were hiring him.
Okay.
They were hiring him. They were not hiring me. They were hiring him. He said he's going to pay me to go with him because he didn't want to go by himself.
Okay.
Was Rochelle present when you discussed this with him?
No, not at all. Nobody. It was just me and him.
Nobody was at Rochelle's house.
No, it was my house.
Okay.
He picked me up and was.
Ice 'em. These guys do not talk in front of their ladies. Jeez.
Michelle's house. I was drinking. Hey, where you at? I said, I'm over here at Michelle's house. Come slide through and pick me up. So when he picked me up, I said, all right, let's go to my house. I'm finna go change. He said, I had on shorts, so I put on long pants and a long sleeve. I said, all right, let's ride. Got in my car and he drove. I was passing side. I was running a blunt. We drove. I was drinking the whole night going that way. That's it. When we got to Tallahassee, that's where we need to rent the hotel.
Hold on right there. Not too far. Where was Rochelle living at the time that he picked you up?
I found my house, right, like a block away from my house on 135th on 16.
Okay. On 135th.
135th on 16.
You know what time you left? Okay. Do you know what time you left?
Like 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock at night.
At night.
Yeah.
Y'all drove through the night.
Yeah.
All the way through the night. Got here the next morning.
I got here like around like 6, 5 o'clock in the morning. I believe it was an 8-hour drive.
Okay. Y'all stop anywhere on the way?
Yeah, we stopped in like on a rest, like the rest area, stuff like that. They pay us and keep on driving.
Okay.
That's about it.
You don't get
Got
gas
gas,
anywhere?
yeah. We got gas and keep going.
How'd you pay for the gas?
Cash.
All cash?
Yeah, he got cash. They gave him like $5 grand, $2,000 in his pocket, and we kept it. We came up here to the hotel in cash.
What was the hotel? Remember?
I don't remember. I took hotel. I forgot the name of the hotel.
When you drove was fine? You
Yeah.
saw it? You said that's the first
That
place
was
you stayed
the
at?
first hotel I took you to that one.
Okay.
Okay, I do want to clarify here. During the June trip, the very first night, they stayed at a budget inn that was on West Tennessee Street in Wadsworth. It's no longer there. That was the first night. They had to check out, and then they went to the Roadway Inn. That's the first trip. So they stayed in 2 different hotels during the first trip. The second trip, they stayed in the second trip in July when they did commit the murder. They stayed at the Roadway Inn again, same room, but they stayed there the whole time, the second trip.
I stayed there twice. Came up here.
Okay, I don't want to jump ahead of y'all. At some time you meet some other people while you were up here.
Yeah. First we met some guy that night. He went to the hotel.
Was he a black gentleman?
Yeah, it was a crackhead.
Okay.
He was
Tell us about him. Tell us how that happened.
Yeah, Secretary pulled up. Hey man, what's up, man? I ain't got no ID, man. You do me a favor, rent the hotel. We'll give you $20. Yeah, take $20 right now. So he went, gave him $20, went to the hotel. We stayed that night.
Okay, he is not talking about Shadrach. He is talking about another guy. Another guy rented their first hotel room. Shadrach is the one who rents the Roadway Inn.
I think the room was 110 or 109.
Were y'all doing drugs in the room?
And just to make sure, this is on record, 110 or 109, he's already driven us by, and that is the budget inn on Wadsworth of Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I got the room with the drugs. We got powder, we had beer, but we had a bottle. We had a bottle in the pocket. We was drinking. We had a bottle. We was chilling all night. I probably went to sleep at around 3. I woke up around 7 that morning. I think it was 7 o'clock the next morning. But we got there by that time. We slept for a little bit. Check out was at 11. We leave. Went by Markel's house. Went around him. Went straight to his house. I parked by the park like I showed you. Like I parked there for a little bit.
The park that they're talking about here is Winthrop.
he was gonna come out. When he came, I seen the car. I'm the one that scoped the car. I'm like, yo, that's that guy right there. I see a white man in the car. He's like, yeah, that's him. Just follow him. So we followed him all the way to school. He got the kid off. Boom, I lost him. I guess he was going to the gym in that morning, but.
How do you know what kind of car he's driving?
Because Sigfredo told me the car.
Sigfredo told you the car?
He said he got a black Nissan.
Okay.
No tints.
It's a black Honda Accord, but it's okay.
You will see it because I heard show me the picture.
So Sigfredo supplied you a picture of Markel, which is the target,
Yes, sir.
and has also told you a type of car that he drives.
Yes, sir.
Does he tell you where that information came from?
No, sir. He just showed me a piece of paper with his name, and I believe that paper had the address. But I remember seeing his face, and like so the paper had to have the address.
Was it typed or was it handwritten?
No, it was like that.
Typed?
When he said it was a Nissan, did he say it was a Nissan or did he say it was a black 4-door or 2-door?
No, he told me it was 4-door Nissan,
Okay.
just like the car we had, but just in black.
Okay.
Back up a little more, a little bit further. You said they gave him $5,000. Tell us about that. What did he say? Where did he get the money from?
Oh, he said he got the money from the lady. He still haven't told me her name yet. He said, I got the money from the lady. Well, his wife gave him the money. So Katie gave him the money. But he told me about the lady. He told me, yo, the lady got the money. She's going to pay us. So, all this driving around and talking to me about the money, I told him, we should just go rob her.
Hang on. I'm going to answer this real quick. Murder. They were on the list because of the RICO investigation. There was a RICO investigation against the LKs. I believe it started in January of 2014. Gish does know all the details on the RICO. Luis is incarcerated at this point in time in October of 2016 because of the federal RICO investigation against the LKs. So Luis has been locked up for over a year at this point. I don't remember the exact dates. But they never got the Luis and or Sigfredo in regards to getting pulled over during any of the trip. They never got pulled over after they shot out the gas line in the car, because they shot out the gas line in the car on 7/17. Sigfredo shoots Dan Markel on 7/18. When they were getting pulled over was on the way up to Tallahassee. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, any patrol, yeah, they would have been red flags. Exactly. They would have seen that the feds were telling any state, any sheriff's office, any police department that you leave these guys alone because they're ours. I know. See, that's very embarrassing, Jolie, right? That is very, Jolie says, how are they being watched by the FBI but killed a law professor undetected for a long while? Yeah, that's very embarrassing to the FBI as far as I'm concerned. Just my opinion. Yeah, we don't know a lot about him. It's clear Luis wasn't going to take the rap for the shooting, and it worked. He could be out. His release date is August. Oh, why am I forgetting? August 15th or 16th of 2035. He still has another 9+ years. Okay, I'll continue. Because right here, he's already said, he saw Dan Markel's face on the paper that Sigfredo Garcia had. I'm going to take it on normal for a sec. And then it just said that they gave him $5,000 from the lady, but Katie gave it to Sigfredo. Okay.
That was my intention. Fuck this guy. I don't got nothing against that guy. I don't even know that guy. Especially after he told me about what was it for the 2 kids. Told me because I asked him, why you want to kill this guy? Because the lady wants her 2 kids back. She wants full custody of them kids. because he had all the custody. That was the plan. That was the deal. That's what we went to go kill that man for.
And how did Tuto know all this?
Katie, I guess Katie told him everything. Katie told him everything. And then that.
But you're just guessing that. You don't know that for sure. Do you?
No, that's for sure. For sure, Katie told him everything.
Right. How did you know that? How do you know Katie?
Because he stayed talking to Katie on the phone. Hey, babe, what?
So right there, David Collins is like, okay, but you're just guessing. You don't know that for sure. And then Luis says, no, he does know it for sure because Sigfredo stays talking to Katie on the phone. So this is what Luis knows, right? Luis is not aware at this point that Wendi and Sigfredo may, in my opinion, entertainment purposes only and allegedly, that Wendi and Sigfredo may be in contact with each other. Because remember, the biggest question here, and probably the biggest question to the prosecution, if they were to say that they weren't going to arrest Wendi, would be, and Gish pointed this out, is why did Sigfredo tell Katie, I need money to go on a trip? The communication is not supposed to go that way. How would Sigfredo know that it's time to go without Katie telling him? So that's like the big ta-da, right? Okay, sorry, I'll keep going.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, the lady's gonna have, you sure she's gonna have the money on time? Tell her don't play with it because they will go show up in her house. Tell her she better have that fucking money. And he always kept telling her that.
Because when you went on this trip, were you with Tuto the whole time? Did y'all separate? Y'all were in the same car? Y'all stay in the same hotel room?
Never separated. Stay in the same hotel, different beds.
You were always with him?
Yeah.
So when he talked to Katie, you could hear him talking to Katie?
Of course.
And you knew it was Katie?
I'm right there, right?
Did you know it was? Did you know it was Katie because of what he was saying, or?
They were under investigation, but I don't believe that they were under like full surveillance. They might have been under electronic surveillance that was being checked later, but I don't believe that they were like quote unquote being followed by FBI.
Could you actually hear her
It's
voice?
Katie. I can hear her voice.
And you had heard it before?
Yeah, I can hear Katie's voice. That's Katie.
How many years have you known Katie?
I know Tuto my whole life. Katie, I probably like 5, 6 years, 7 years around. I don't know. Katie, I just met her because of Sigfredo. But I know Katie maybe like, well, they've been together for 10 years, about that same time. And they've been together how long? However long they've been together, I think it's 10 years. That's how long I know her. That's how long I know her.
Luis, was there any?
Yes, murder by maestro. Yes, right. So this is very embarrassing for the FBI. Like these guys committed murder while under the FBI watch, so to say.
Coke usage in the hotel that night?
Yeah, every day it was cool.
But I'm talking about that night when you said some crackhead signed for the room.
Mm-hmm.
Was that guy also bringing drugs to you all, or
No,
just a
no.
crackhead?
Not him. He just went to the hotel.
Okay. Was there any other people? Was there any other people you met that night?
That night, it was the next night. The next
night. Okay.
I stayed there for 3 days.
Okay, he's talking. I stayed there for 3 days. It's the next night. So the next night is when they meet Shadrach Nobles.
Okay, I'm sorry, gentlemen. I just wanted
I
to.
stayed there for 3 days.
You're catching up.
Yeah.
It was the next day. We met a guy in I think it was a gray blue Chevy photo. He was in the back trying to serve some people up. So we spotted him. I said, man, go ask that guy whether he got the coke. So I asked him, man, what's up? You can give me some coke? Yeah. Man, we need a 40 when we got it. We kept buying for him. That same night, we were just hanging out. We were just doing coke, hanging out. When I came back, every time I came back, we meet up with this guy.
Every time you came back.
Every time.
How'd you meet up with him?
Sigfredo had his number. We found him one time driving when we came up here on the Prius. That day that he shot the fucking Prius, we seen him that same day maybe half an hour before that happened. Well, that's where we bumped into him. And we asked him, hey, what's up, man? We need some powder. And we'll follow him somewhere to go get some coke. He was with a group of people. He said, all right, let me go drop these people off and then we'll go over there. As we followed him, that's when he shot the car and we had that mechanical problem in the car.
Who shot the car?
Garcia.
We'll have to get to that. That's not the same day that you first got there, right?
No,
Let's
Okay, so that's interesting. A half an hour before Sigfredo shot the car, they were following Shadrick to go get some weed and Coca-Cola. This is what I find odd. And like, why does Sigfredo even have his gun out? Like, was Sigfredo planning on doing something? Was he just maybe getting it out for protection because they didn't trust Shadrick? They had met Shadrick the June trip before. There was an incident, and I don't know if you guys know this, and I do believe it happened on the June trip, and I think it might be why well, no, I'm not going to say that. Okay, so during the June trip, Shadrick was in the room partying with some people with Garcia, and they were doing drugs. And something happened where Luis did not like what was going on. Well, Luis pulled a gun on Shadrick and the people that were there with Shadrick and made them strip down to like their underwear. Just FYI.
I know it's a lot of
that same night, I was just up here scoping him out. We ain't do nothing. Came out here following him for 2 days. After that, like the Friday, we were gone. We was here from Wednesday to Friday the most. I was gone. That's it. I just came out here, scoped him out. We see what he was about, where he go, what his routes. But every time he go to the daycare, I lose him because he just takes so long. So I'm like, man, this guy never comes back out. And then when I go drive back, the car was never there. So we ended up going back to the hotel and hanging out. And we were partying. We was out here partying. Then we'll do the same thing the next morning. We'll wake up and try to follow him all over again to the same daycare. That's all. We already knew where he lived. We're also used to following this guy. I said, why you keep following this guy if you know where he lived?
You're in the passenger seat?
Yeah, I'm in the passenger seat at that time. You know, he was following him. I didn't drive the first night. That's it. That night was over. That's a done deal night. The night that I came up in the car, that's when everything happened. Okay. I drove.
Let's don't get to that yet. Hold on a second. We still need to get through that first trip. He tells you what it's about. He shows you this picture, and you're getting this information on the way up, and while you're already here, or he already has the full story.
Hey, Tally Gal, I'm glad you can make it. Good to see you. Hey, Trust and Verify. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Yes, Murder by Maestro. Yes. And that is something that Luis is not going to reveal here. Okay. Guys, also pay attention to like wiping of faces, hand gestures, movements. Not from Isom, but definitely from David Collins, Pat Sanford, and Monica Jordan. They need to get enough information from Luis Rivera to convict people, but they also don't want all of Luis Rivera's information to be put out there to the TPD. Isom is in the dark on several things during this proffer. Yes. Jolie says Gish said Luis figured it out that they were under surveillance by the FBI because they didn't get picked up when stopped for speeding. Yeah, and they had no driver's license, okay? You guys, I'm a law enforcement wife. And I've only gotten out of 2 tickets ever. 1, he was in the passenger seat. 2, I've known the trooper since he was a child. Yeah, I get tickets. So if you guys think that wives don't get tickets, that is not true. Debbie Martin. Oh, Debbie, it's so good to see you. I've been wondering where you were. Hey, girl. Everyone's been asking about you. Thank you for joining. Debbie says, hi, I think the murder was originally planned for Thursday. Hint is the car rental agreement. I believe it says 15th to 17th. Yeah, possibly. Or maybe for Wednesday night because Wendi would have had the boys for that night. I don't know. But yeah. Well, good to see you, Debbie. Thank you for being here. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know. Jolie says, I don't think they would have robbed Chadrick being out of their turf. You guys, I can't remember. I don't think they robbed him, but I think that Luis definitely pulled a gun on Chadrick and the buddies and made them strip down. I don't know if they didn't have anything, but yeah, Luis says during this proffer too, like he don't like that guy. He's talking about Chadrick. He does not want anything to do with them. Because TPD, okay, Tally Gal says, why are they protecting Luis's other info? Maybe because it's not totally relevant to the investigation into Dan Markel's murder. Pat Sanford is FBI. FBI has egg on their face in regards to this entire thing because there was a RICO investigation, an ongoing RICO investigation, and Luis Rivera was part of that. And Luis Rivera and Sigfredo Garcia were able to commit murder under Luis Rivera. I'm sorry, under like the FBI watch, so to speak. I've been worried about that too. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Jolie, he is. I think because he's just a dealer. I think he's a dealer. Dealers don't like other dealers. I don't know, Tally Gal. That's just my speculation. I don't know. He doesn't like him though. Maybe because he was overstaying his welcome at one point in the hotel. That's why he like pulled a gun on him and his buddies. Like something happened where like Luis got definitely turned off. Like turned off by Chadrick. I don't know. That's just my guess. Okay, I'll continue. Okay, and there's one point where I'll definitely start showing more about like hand gestures and stuff. Isom is being told enough for his investigation into the Dan Markel murder. Pat Sanford knows a lot more, maybe not willing to share with TPD. David, who is Chuck's dad, Collins, probably knows as much as Luis has told him. Monica Jordan just, she's not saying anything. She's pro Luis Rivera on all sides, on all aspects.
Or he's double checking with her on the phone.
He told me the story right here in my house. It was just me and him in the house by ourselves. He told me everything.
If the guy has 2 kids and the woman wants the kids back,
Yes.
Does he say the woman's name then?
Not at all.
Okay. And does he say anything? Does he bring up Katie at all when you're at the house?
Yeah.
Down in Miami.
I asked him, who's fucking hiring him? He Katie told me this lady's gonna hire me. but I want you to go with me. And I hired, they weren't hiring me, they were hiring him.
Right.
See, so Sigfredo is being hired by the lady. They're not hiring Luis. Luis is like trying to make sure that Isom is understanding that Luis is taking a ride with Sigfredo. He is not being hired directly. He's only going to be paid by Sigfredo through the hired people to take a ride and go with him.
He said, I'm gonna break you off. I give you 35 grand.
Okay.
I said, all right, for the drive? I said, all right, fuck it, I'll take the drive.
So you're just back up?
I'm just back up, just driving.
Okay.
That was the whole deal, I'm just driving.
So he's saying Katie is the person between the woman that wants this done.
Katie's the one in the middle doing everything, put it like that.
Okay. And that's what he tells you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so then you hear her over the phone because you don't meet with her before y'all leave.
I never met her.
Okay. And you hear her over the phone and you told Mr. Collins just now that you're sitting as close as you two are.
Yeah, I did.
And you can hear and recognize her voice.
Of course.
And she is saying specifically what? When he's talking to her, what? Just give me an idea what he's saying.
Oh, when he's talking, she like, yo, get up there quick. You know, make sure you do everything right. Don't do nothing stupid. Look at the house. You know.
Katie's telling Sigfredo, don't do nothing stupid. It's like, okay, he stays drunk, he stays high, he shoots the gas line out. They're buying drugs while they're here. He gets pulled over, right? Jesus Christ.
You got the paper. I know you have, but he has the paper.
Excuse my language. I did not mean to say that. I was say holy moly. Okay.
So then you hear her over the phone because you don't meet with her before y'all leave.
I never met her.
Okay. And you hear her over the phone and you told Mr. Collins just now that you're sitting as close as you two are.
Yeah, I did.
And you can hear and recognize her voice.
Of course.
And she is saying specifically what? When he's talking to her, what? Just give me an idea what he's saying.
Oh, when he's talking, she like, yo, get up there quick. You know, make sure you do everything right. Don't do nothing stupid. Look at the house. You know, you got the paper. I know you have. Well, he had the paper.
Where did the paper come from?
See that I can't tell you where the paper comes from.
That's fine. That's fine. If you can't tell us, that's
I
fine.
can't tell you. I know he had the paper. He showed me the paper, so I don't know where the paper comes from. But I just like I tell you, it's black and white like that. But I can hear it saying, you know, make sure everything gets done right, and you're done. Call me. Boom. It was like maybe like a 2-3 seconds conversation. Hung up. He said, man, you ready? I said, man, I'm been ready. Let's go. Let's ride. All right, we drove. We drove the whole time up there. He talked to her once, you know. I guess she told him, don't be calling me so much.
She said
Just call me when you finish. She thought it was gonna happen that same night that we went up there.
First trip.
The first trip. I ain't let that shit happen. I'm like, man, I ain't doing shit. I was still, you know, like, you know, my mind was like, for some kids, are we gonna kill this guy for some fucking kids? Are you serious? Why can't she just get full custody?
Louis, were you hired by Garcia to do the job?
Yeah, Garcia paid me.
I know, but were you just a ride along, or were you actually going to be the trigger man?
Nah,
I don't know why he
just-
paid you so much money for a ride.
I was just a ride along. He goes, come with me, and then as we're going, at one point he tells me, you know, you should go in there and kill him. I said, nah.
Louis, if the truth is that
That's
you
true.
were hired.
I told you, I'm not gonna change my story. I
Okay.
told him the story.
All right.
He asked me, you know what? You should go in there and kill him. You should go in the house. I'm not going. Like, you know,
Why would he want you to go in and kill him? Does he believe you've killed people in the past?
that's what he thinks.
Have you ever killed anybody in the past?
Never in my life, sir.
You know you're under oath.
Yeah, never in my life. You put my hands up. Never in my life kill nobody.
Okay.
I don't beat people with bad.
So he says, I've never in my life killed anybody. I've beat people with bats. I'm gonna share something real quickly, only because I know that there's some interest to it. Let me pull this up. This is Luis Rivera's paperwork that I received. when I got his transport video. I'm going to share this briefly. I'll make it bigger if I can. Oh, how do I do that? Hang on, zoom in. Zoom. Might be, oh, too big. Sorry. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Okay, that was, okay. Inmate Rivera Luis M. is currently serving a 19-year, 3-year SRT, means supervisory release afterwards, sentence for second-degree murder. Okay, had to double check real quick that I was not on mute. Okay. He currently has a release date of August 16th, 2035. And it's only a couple of months shy from when, actually 6 weeks shy of exactly 19 years when Chuck Collins, his public defender, got Luis the deal. Yeah. And I just know this because I have this paperwork. Now, if he gets transported again at some point in time and I'm able to get the transport paperwork, there might be possibility that that release date has maybe dwindled a month or two. I don't know. But this is Donna Adelson's trial transport request paperwork from the state attorney's office to the Department of Corrections to transport Luis. So, yeah. So once he gets released in 2035, he'll have an additional 3 year of supervision. Okay. Let me get back. Stop sharing this. Let me get back to our video. Okay. Thank you guys for your patience, and thanks everyone for being here.
Last year was mistakes, shit like that.
But you had mentioned before that the first trip was the intent that you were going to do the shooting.
Yeah. He thought I was gonna do a shooting, but I wouldn't have enough balls to fucking shoot somebody for some kids, man. So I didn't do it. So the whole
But maybe for what about?
He just said I wouldn't have the balls to shoot someone for some kids.
For $30-some thousand.
I still wouldn't. I couldn't do it. I didn't even grab the gun. That's how crazy it is.
But you had the gun the first time. The gun came from you, or
Yeah, the gun came from me.
the first trip?
I gave him the gun. He grabbed it. He cleaned it up with alcohol, cleaned it up, and he held it the whole time.
But the first trip.
Oh, the first trip I had the gun in the hotel.
Right. The first trip you supplied the gun.
Yeah, I supplied the gun.
Okay. The second trip, did you supply the gun?
Yes, the same gun.
The first, describe the gun the first trip. I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm confused.
Yeah, and it happened.
Okay.
It's a 38 Smith & Wesson short nose. The same gun we came up with. The same gun we came up with the first time. We came up with 2 guns.
Right.
Came up with 2 guns.
Yes.
Last time when we were talking, I meant to tell you, but you had 20 minutes, and I'm like, I told Chuck, man, I gotta tell him. I don't want to make no mistake.
No,
Came up with 2 guns. There's a blue steel, long nose, Taurus, and a 38.
Who had what?
There was 2 guns.
You had them both? Who had them?
No, both was in the car stashed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm gonna keep one because you never know what's gonna happen. I really didn't trust her. I said, I don't know if he was gonna fucking kill me. If he was a kid, this guy gonna kill me. So I was prepared for whatever.
You grew up with this guy. He's not gonna kill you.
Why you go kill somebody?
Okay, so this is when he's talking about, okay, the first trip they had 2 guns. Sigfredo Garcia had his own gun. That was the blue steel long nose Taurus, a 38 revolver. And Luis Rivera is talking about the short nose black Smith & Wesson revolver that he had. The second trip when they came, they only brought the short nose.
And then you drugged up, man, and then you shoot the fucking car.
Oh, well, that's true. He did shoot the car. So, all right.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right.
Shit.
Well, I forgot about that part. I mean, I don't know. Would he intentionally shoot you?
Maybe he'd be like, you know, I killed this guy. This guy might snitch on me. Boom, let me kill him too. Let me get him out the way and let me steal all the money.
I've seen that before. Okay. So the blue steel long.
Okay, so this is when Isom is questioning. He's like, you know, you grew up with him. Let me rewind it for a sec. Like, you grew up with Sigfredo. Like, Luis is like, Luis doesn't trust Sigfredo. He's like getting the EBGBs. Like, shit ain't right. So he wanted to have his own gun the first trip, but he's saying that they didn't bring both guns the second trip. I mean, who knows?
So, all right.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right.
Shit.
Well, I forgot about that part. I mean, I don't know. Would he intentionally shoot you?
Maybe he'd be like, you know, I killed this guy. This guy might snitch on me. Boom, let me kill him too. Let me get him out the way and let me steal all the money.
I've seen that before. Okay. So the blue steel long nose
Long nose blue steels, it was Taurus.
Taurus 38,
And 38 Smith & Wesson was the black one.
short.
Short nose. That's the one.
Can we take a short break? Just
Okay. So, Tally Gal, I do see a comment of yours. I agree. I don't believe allegedly, in my opinion, I don't believe that you become the leader of the North Miami LKs without having done that. And because of the way Dan was shot and how it was kind of a tag team in a sense, where Luis is pulling up behind Dan. So Dan's focus is in the rearview mirror as Sigfredo is coming up to his left side of the driver window. And I do believe that Sigfredo Garcia said, "Are you Dan Markel?" And then pew pew. And the reason why I believe that is not only because of the story that Donna told Rob in regards going up to the front door and someone said, "Are you Dan Markel?" and shot him. Because remember, that's what Rob testified that Donna Adelson, his mother, told him happened. I also think it happened just based on Stuart Schlazer, who was the arts and sciences teacher that was on the phone with Dan Markel when he was shot. He said that he did hear muffled talking, and it would have been muffled talking through a window. Okay, that's that's neither here nor there, but okay.
for a second, and we're not going anywhere. I just want to go off the record for a second if we can. If it's all right.
Yeah.
I'll have to.
What?
Okay, I'm sorry. I paused it. I paused it here for a reason, and then I started talking. I got off on a tangent for a second, so I apologize. But I want to say real quickly, thank you for joining, everyone. Hi, Mr. C. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Makalupe. Nice to see you. Christine R. Good to see you. Beverly Lawyer. Thank you for joining. Florida Gulf Coast. Oh, let's see what this person, I say she, it could be whoever. Glad I caught alive. I do believe Wendi will be arrested this year. Unfortunately, I also believe Charlie may get an appeal. I have no knowledge, just my opinion. Okay. Thank you. I do believe that she'll be arrested. If Wendi is not arrested, there's two reasons why, in my opinion. One of my theories, I will never disclose it to anybody, but the second theory is possibly because of star witnesses such as Luis Rivera and possibly Katie, is because then they would be deemed not credible. That's just my opinion. But I still believe that she will be arrested. Okay. And it is very chilly and windy in Tallahassee today. If you guys hear some shh, like that's wind. Okay.
Take a short break just for a second.
Okay, so David Collins is asking for a short break. He wants to go off the record, and like that's not possible because the video is being recorded. The video is playing. There is no off the record. There's no sidebars during this proffer.
We're not going anywhere. I just want to go off the record for a second if we can. It's all right.
Yeah.
I'll have
You're
to.
saying?
What?
What do you mean?
Stop the video.
Okay. All right.
If,
No, it's okay. We don't need to. It's not that important. But
okay. So, short nose, 38, Smith & Wesson. What color?
black.
Okay. Oh, 30.
No, I don't think that there's corruption. I don't think that Wendy's being protected by anybody. I just think that if Grish's theory is true in regards to Katie and Charlie kind of being overstepped in a way where it's Wendi and Sigfredo being, basically contacting each other, there is a possibility that Luis was there at Lake Ella, because if that's the Prius in the background of that picture, that's not Sigfredo. It's way too short to be Sigfredo. That would be Luis. And that would mean that Luis and Sigfredo both met up with Wendi. And it would mean that Luis's proffer here would be null and void. His testimony would be null and void. His immunity would be null and void. And I don't know if after 5 convictions, the state would be willing to risk that. I mean, that's just me brainstorming, and that's just like my opinion. I do still think that they would be able to arrest her without exposing a lot of that stuff. I don't know. Are there any thoughts on that, guys? Because my other theory as to why she won't be arrested is much more darker and sinister. So, and I've only told Leslie B that I believe Leslie is the only person that I've told that theory to. We've bounced it off, and I mean, I have a list of, I guess, reasons why. Yeah, like in the back of that photo, in the background. Like if it is the green Prius, like the actual green Prius, and there's some dude at the passenger side. Because this is another thing. Ooh, Tally gal. I'm trying to think if anybody else is in Tallahassee here. So Tally gal, I mean, there's a possibility that the AutoZone that they went to is the one that's on North Monroe Street, like between, well, actually just a few doors down from El Jalisco on North Monroe Street. I know, Tally gal, I cannot, because it's bad. But yeah, I think that they had, I don't necessarily think that they just ran into Shadrick, you guys. I think that Sigfredo had contacted Shadrick. I mean, Tallahassee's small, but it's not that small. I mean, maybe they knew what area to look for him to get some Coca-Cola from, but I think that Sigfredo might have like contacted him. And then on the way to following him to go get the Coca-Colas when Sigfredo, because he has a gun out. I don't know if they were going to rob him. I don't know. I don't know what Sigfredo was thinking, but he has the gun out and then shoots the gas line. So that's really weird. Yeah. So if that is the actual green Prius, then that person would be Luis. So Okay, the local police could have arrested Luis and Sigfredo if the feds were not involved with with the Rico case, Debbie Martin, and he would still be alive probably, possibly, or they would have found another person to do it. But yeah, there would have been delays of when he was killed. Hey, Cat Ride. Cat Ride says there's a press conference out of Iowa today. 15-year-old murder case. Coworker arrested, holding on to hope that she will be arrested. That Wendi will be arrested. Yeah, I hope so. Okay. Yeah, well, I think it was during the first trial. I don't know if the same person testified during the second trial. I just honestly can't remember. But Murder by Maestro is talking about how the FBI says that they were able to identify a shooter within hours due to having access to data that local PD don't. Yeah, I mean in this circumstance, um, during Sigfredo's trial, the ballistics person actually was able to clearly explain trajectory wise why it was Sigfredo Garcia was the shooter, not Luis. And I mean, one, it's because Sigfredo is a foot taller than Luis. Just hey, Margaret Lee, how are you? There's others who have wondered if Wendi knew Sigfredo since 2019 and maybe Detective Isom since 2016 and Agent Pat S. They should have. Wait, they should have after learning new details. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think that the feds know. I think, I think Grish's theory is like a majority of it is like spot on. I still don't know time frame wise if Wendi had the opportunity to go from Aqua Ridge to Trescott to be there when the actual pew happened. I don't think that she had enough time. So I don't think, because that's what I kind of started out with. Like Luis actually saw Wendi on Thursday because he posted the Instagram post Thursday night, but the owl photo of the Instagram post was a signal to Wendi because she was wearing the same owl shirt both days. And it still doesn't mean that Wendi wasn't there when it happened. It just means that she was wearing the same shirt and that the owl Instagram post was a message to Wendi, like I saw you, I see you, don't mess with me, we better get paid type thing. Let's see where. Oh, I don't want to get. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Tally Gal. Yeah. So that's, I mean, like, that's one part. Like, if she's not going to be arrested, I think it's because everything would just fall apart. Some kind of magic data grab and knew exactly who was following Dan. Weird. Yeah. Well, probably license plate readers as well. They're just not, you guys. I think it was Taterbug. I could be wrong. It was either Taterbug or Top Cat. One of the two. When we were talking about license plate readers in Leslie B's chat, and I don't remember when. I don't even remember what, which live stream it was, but when we were talking about it, I think it was Top Cat who said that license plate readers have never been used during trial or testimony to convict anyone or something like that. I don't know all of the details around exactly what they said, but you guys, the police don't want people to know that they use license plate readers all the time. Okay? You got to keep something away from the general public. Like open knowledge is not always, I don't know. It doesn't help law enforcement in the future future crimes. Hey, William Santiago. Great to see you. Thanks for joining. Okay, I think the first failed trip they made is the same event that Charlie was calling getting ripped off by those guys. Possibly. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so right before David Collins, I'm sorry, right before David Collins is asking to go off the record is when they're discussing the guns. And they also discuss that Luis doesn't trust Garcia. And then they ask for a short break to go off the record, but that ain't happening. So I don't know. Take that with whatever. Just take that with a grain of salt, because I don't know if that triggered something in his mind about something else. Oh, excuse me, probably not the best term, no pun intended. I don't know if that made him think of an idea of something else, or if it was about the guns. I don't know.
Okay. You supplied both of these guns?
No, just one.
Which
The
gun
blue
did you
steel
supply?
is- the long nose blue steel Taurus is Garcia's gun.
Where'd he get it?
I don't know. That's his gun.
Okay, so that's his gun.
That was his
The
gun.
blue steel, long nose, he
Yes.
brought.
I support the short nose black 38.
But the
Okay, Luis Rivera just said, I support the black nose, or the black short nose 38. He meant I supplied. But remember, he is completely sleep deprived and he has not eaten anything or drank anything at least 12 plus hours or more.
the blue steel, long nose, longer barrel,
He brought.
Taurus, Garcia brought, and you don't know where he got it from.
So this kind of like pisses me off. It's kind of like frustrates me with Isom. It's like Isom goes over certain things several times in this interview that he had just learned several minutes before. Like even about like the paper with Dan Markel's face and address on it. And then now like Luis has already told him this information.
Okay,
Is that a 9? The Taurus is a 9mm?
No, 38.
38.
Okay.
38.
All right. You brought the 38 black short nose Smith & Wesson.
Yes, sir.
Where'd you get that gun?
From a neighborhood from Black Boy that I know.
A neighborhood black boy that you know?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't know his name.
How long before did you? How long did you get it before? When did you get it? In a week before, the day before, the day of that you took the trip?
When he told me, he said he needed. When he told me, he said I need a 38 revolver. Cause he had showed me the blue stem, and that's a big gun. What the hell? Shit, you trying to blow somebody's brain? Are you crazy? He like, yeah, then find me a 38 small one. I said, you know what? I think I know where to get one. Cause I remember somebody trying to sell one around the neighborhood. So when I seen the black boy around the trailer park, I said, man, what's up, man? You still got that gun for sale? He's like, yeah. I said, man, I give you $150 for it. So I gave him $150 and got the gun.
This was what day before you took the trip?
Let's see. The day he told me. Yeah, when he went to go rent the car, I got it the same day. When he went to go rent the car, I said, by the time you come back, I should have it in my hand. Cause
I'm only going to pause to answer something real quick. I saw Jolie said, okay, yeah, for the most part, we know that Sigfredo never talked. I do believe that there is a Sigfredo Garcia deposition under seal. Isom has started again. Yeah, I know. Blue River. Oh, I kept hoping he was a stealth sleeper agent, but afraid he was just sleeping. I know. I mean, he kept her talking for 5+ hours. We'll give it to him. The logical explanation is that Sig had too many charges to make it worth his while and for a deal to even be done. I think he's protecting Katie. And I just think that he decided to do it. Did you guys ever and okay, I do not have that in my FOIA requests, but did any of you guys ever see or hear the love letter that Sigfredo Garcia wrote Katie? I believe it was from jail. And I call it a love letter because, oh, wow. Like he was, well, Luis testified during one of the trials. I can't remember which one, said that Katie Magbanua was Sigfredo Garcia's weakness. But I've said this before and I'll say it again. Sigfredo Garcia was Luis Rivera's weakness.
When I picked it up, I had it on me. I was in Rochelle's house drinking, and I called. He like, when I got to my house, he like, man, you get that? I'm like, nah, I ain't get it. I was playing, like, I ain't get it. Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I got it. I took it on the hill. When I gave it to him, like, all right, he cleaned it. He cleaned everything. Like, I'm gonna clean it that way you don't have your fingerprints on it. He cleaned it with alcohol and a bandana, and we took it. All right, we're going. He said, I said, you gonna take both of them? You only take both? Take one? Yeah, I'll take both. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, take both. So we took both of them up here.
You don't know the guy's name that you got the gun from?
No, just a neighborhood kid that he was studying, a young kid too. And it had to be real young.
John said, what leads me to think that, True Crime Wifey, to think that there is a Sigfredo Garcia deposition under seal? Tara Kawas. Yeah, Tara Kawas and Christopher DeCoste, they know everything. That's probably why they were so passionate about trying to get Katie off. And if Sigfredo would have talked or testified about Wendi, this could have all been over a long time ago. Wait, what? Okay, so I hope I'm answering the right stuff. I don't know what you're referring to, Beverly Lawyer. Yes, Sigfredo, there is a deposition under seal of Sigfredo Garcia's. And I don't know if it'll ever be unsealed. Tara Kawas says it.
Like 18, 19.
Does the gun come with bullets, or you had to go buy
No,
bullets?
I had to get bullets.
Where'd you get the bullets?
I think I have.
Okay, here's Tallahassee Isom. Like, he doesn't realize that in Miami you can get anything, anytime, anywhere. Illegitimately.
Bullets already. Yeah. No, we went to the store. Matter of fact, I did. I went to the store. 117 on Biscayne. 117, 112 on Biscayne. It's a gun store. Went in there about the 38.
117.
Yes. Okay. Now I see what you're saying. Okay. Yes. Sigfredo is Luis Garcia. I'm sorry, is Luis Rivera's weakness. The reason why I say that is because Luis Rivera and Sigfredo Garcia grew up together. Luis has some sort of learning disability and possibly some other mental health issues. I believe And then also he's, what would be considered illiterate. I think that he used Sigfredo Garcia and I mean, when I say used, I'm not meaning in a bad way. I think Sigfredo Garcia helped Luis Rivera a lot growing up, whether it was through translation, whether it was from helping him in the schoolyard. It was like they had a very close brotherly bond. Luis would not be involved in any of this if he wasn't worried about Sigfredo Garcia doing this alone and getting in trouble and getting caught and messing it up. So that's why I say that. I hope that answers it. And that's my opinion. That is just my opinion. If that makes sense, Beverly, I hope I answered your question. Because he wouldn't be involved in any of this if it wasn't for his friendship. Okay. And I didn't come to that conclusion, immediately. This is like, years of, looking at everything and really just, and really understanding all of the dynamics.
15 or 112?
Yeah, in between.
Oh, between those two.
Between them two.
Okay.
I'm just giving you
Right.
like an address right on there on Biscayne.
What neighborhood?
Biscayne.
I understand.
Never mind.
Okay.
Everything is by my hood.
Remember what kind of story?
So he just said when David Collins just asked, like, what neighborhood, he said North Miami. That was what Luis said. And then he said everything by my hood. And the gun store was right next to where they rented the car, the Prius. And then Luis is about to talk about what vehicle, like his own vehicle.
A gun store. No, it's the only gun store right there. It's the only gun store. Matter of fact, it's right next to where we rent the car at.
Where you rented which car?
The Prius. It's right next to between.
Oh, between those two.
Between them two.
Okay.
I'm just giving you
Right.
like an address right on there on Biscayne.
What neighborhood?
Biscayne.
I understand.
Never mind.
Okay.
Everything is by my hood.
Remember what kind of story?
A gun store. No, it's the only gun store right there. It's the only gun store. Matter of fact, it's right next to where we rent the car at.
Where you rented which car?
The Prius.
Okay.
I rent the Prius. It's right next door to it. Maybe a little further down.
Who went to the gun store?
I work in there.
By yourself?
Yeah, because I used to box. In the shirt that I had on, it says PL Police Department Boxing Gym, and I walked in there. Cause I just came out of the gym. I had that shirt. Walked in there, and they ain't even acting for it.
Hey, Leslie B, it's good to see you. So you guys, I find this hilarious that Luis went into the gun store to buy the individual bullets because he's buying 12 bullets, 6 for each revolver. And he goes in there with a Police Benevolent Society like t-shirt, like a gym shirt. I find this is like the dark comedy here, right? Like the gas line being shut out as a part of like Fargo, right? This is like he goes in to get these bullets and he's wearing a police t-shirt.
I work in there.
By yourself?
Yeah, because I used to box. In the shirt that I had on, it says PL Police Department Boxing Gym, and I walked in there. Cause I just
Police Department Boxing Gym t-shirt.
came out of the gym. I had that shirt. Walked in there, and they ain't even acting for ID. I said, "Yeah, I need some bullets." Like, what you need? I said, "Nah, 38." Grab them and left.
He didn't go with you?
Oh, he was outside the car.
He's outside in the car.
Yeah, he's outside the car. He's in the back.
This was the day before the day of your leaving?
The day before we left.
Tuto's outside in the car. He didn't go in the store.
Mm-mm. He was in the back. He was in the back in the alley. I was on a Mercedes.
Has he got you buy for him too, or he already had bullets?
No, I bought it for him. I bought it for me.
No, I know, but I mean, I'm saying you bought bullets for both guys, really.
Yeah, it was like 12 little bullets. There was 6 and 6 in each gun.
Okay. I want everybody to pay attention to Pat Sanford, Monica Jordan, and David Collins in the next couple of minutes. Sanford is about to start getting some text messages on his phone. And also watch, hand movements and movements that Luis can see from his peripheral.
But did you buy just 12?
Just 12.
You can buy individual 12 bullets.
Yeah, individual 12 bullets. You buy singles.
Okay. Like cigarettes. Okay.
You go in there and buy a single because they say your type of single, whatever you need. They're 15 for $20. Shit like that.
Now, do
Interesting gun store.
these stores probably don't follow the rules, and they should have records of selling ammunition, shouldn't they? Maybe not.
I sell it to
Maybe
everybody, man. I don't give a fuck who you is.
This Tuto's, I mean, this is Lewis's neighborhood. He knows.
Anybody can walk in there and get it, man. They ain't gonna ask for no ID. I'm trying to ask you for ID if you're trying to buy a gun. That's it.
Okay. So now the only thing that I feel like is lacking is the $5,000 that you brought up.
That they gave him? That's what you're talking about?
Did you give somebody $5,000?
Oh, if I get somebody.
Okay. This part is going to be confusing. And listen, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Luis is getting confused, but Luis just said $5,000 I gave him. This is some weird stuff right here. I'm going to go back 15 seconds. Pay attention.
Now, the only thing that I
Also, David Collins makes a very large movement in his chair.
feel like is lacking is the $5,000 that you brought up.
That they gave him? That's what you're talking about?
Did you give somebody $5,000?
Oh, if I get somebody $5,000, yes.
They gave him.
When I got paid.
Okay, you.
Freshman.
Okay, all right. You said 5,000 just a minute ago from Katie.
Coming up.
Oh no, when we're coming up this way, he had money. I said, yo, how much money you got? I think he's like $5,000. Like that, they give you that much money to take a ride? Yeah, let's go. And then he gave me $500. He's like, hold this, just in case I run out. I know he's gonna run out because he's gonna buy everything in cold. So I said, yeah, let me hold the money. Boom. We went up here. I'm telling you, right in this way, we stopped in a couple of stores, we put gas. I think $30 in gas, and then 30. Came up here, we put more gas. Bought some drugs. We bought a bunch of little bottles. We're just hanging out. We're like partying the whole night. Rent the hotel. Get the guy $20. He bought like $100, like $200 worth of coke off that black guy. Just buying shit all day. I knew he would run out. The only thing I remember him having maybe $600 left in his pocket. All that money. Like, you have that much money left? Like, come on, man.
So this first trip, do you know where the $5,000 came from?
Katie gave it him.
He said that?
Yeah, I'm like, who gave you the money? Like, why gave you the money? Because the other lady.
Okay, there's a lot of eye wiping. There's a lot of I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, but there's a lot of hand signals going on here. Even when he folds his hand, he's flashing thumbs up several times. David pets his head the entire time, but there's times when he's messing with his ear and like moving around, and Monica changes her hands as well, but it's all at the same time when Luis is talking about a particular thing.
He gave her the money to give to him. He's like, look, this is just to let you know that I'm real. Like I'm honest about what I'm gonna give you. Like saying, real out. Then the next trip is when he had like $2,000. And he gave me $200 out of that shit. Kept it in my pocket. He ran out and had to use my $200.
Good, Kathy gets it.
Are you done with that? Okay. So when y'all are coming up on that first trip, I know it might be hard to think back, but
Bingo.
So when y'all are coming up on that first trip, I know it might be hard to think back, but how many cell phones did y'all have?
I always kept my two. I remember I have two phones.
You had two phones that first trip you came up?
Yeah, always. First trip, second trip, my whole fucking life.
Okay. Do you remember what the numbers were on the first two
On
phones?
my phones, Jessica, no, she gotta have it. I don't know if it was 290. I can't remember the number. Jessica don't know. She'll know. She probably has it on the phone. I don't remember the numbers.
Okay.
But I know he had a throwaway phone.
Just one?
Yeah, he had one phone. He had a throwaway phone.
How did you communicate with
Katie,
Katie?
with her phone.
Did you call her straight up on the number? Did you have any apps he was using? Did you have anything
I
special?
was from, I think they both had throwaways. You know, I don't know what phone she had, but I know that the second trip, I remember her calling her from her, using her phone, because I know her number. I know her number, so I remember that. But the first trip, I think they had throw. I know for sure you had a little black phone.
How would you see or come into knowledge of her number if she wasn't calling you? How would you know that her number would call on the second trip if she wasn't calling you?
The second trip, now she ain't calling me, she calling him.
All right.
But I can hear her voice. I know Katie's voice. I hear her voice. And it's, you know, but the phone wouldn't have no names on it. So when she called, you can see the number.
And you saw it.
Yeah, I seen Katie's number. I know Katie's number by heart. I just remember. I was thinking about her number last night. Can't think about the numbers and shit.
Do you remember it now?
I think the last phone number was 1612.
And I actually think the last four digits of Katie's number is 1312, but Luis is pretty close, having been locked up over a year in federal prison at this point, very sleep deprived, no food, no drink for a long time. Remember, the day before this happens is when Chuck Collins, his public defender, David here is Chuck's dad and Chuck's partner. Chuck is home sleeping because the day before they were in a police vehicle with the FBI. I believe TPD might have gone. Luis Rivera, Chuck Collins, and they rode and stopped at bridges between Tallahassee all the way down to Naples, looking for the bridge where Sigfredo threw out the gun.
16, 12, something around there. That's her number. But I know Katie's voice, you know, I'm 100% sure she was in this the whole time. And I know because I heard her voice and she gave Garcia the money to come up here. And she called me after the murder the next day. Where's Garcia? Did y'all want the money? Find that nigga.
So Luis just said that she called me the day after. Okay, I'm gonna back up a second. I'm gonna listen real carefully to these next 2 minutes.
She was in this the whole time, and I know because I heard her voice, and she gave Garcia the money to come up here, and she called me after the murder the next day. Where's Garcia? Did y'all want the money? Find that nigga. I had somebody else go pick them up. He ought to go pick them up for me. And that's under the truth, man. I ain't gonna say a fucking lie bullshit none of y'all. I don't got here saying lie about nothing. If I want to, I can just want straight to try and like fuck everything. I don't know.
That's the truth. That's it. Good sequential. Where you at?
Well, okay, so you come up here, you go to the hotel, you stay there, Cracker gets you the room, registers for you, y'all stay there 2 or 3 nights, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Same room, 109, 110, or 110.
One of them, I think it was 110. I'm not even sure, but one of them, I'll show you the room that was in between 1 and 2.
You go to the house, you already know where the house is. Did y'all have to use a map to get to the house? Or did he drive straight to the house?
We drove to come to his house. We stopped one time and the guy like, man, I can't remember how to get to Tallahassee. I remember he grabbed the map real quick and like, okay, it's over here. Fuck, I don't need this. Threw it away. And we drove straight away. Once we got over here, we went straight to his house.
You're saying to get to Tallahassee, you had to get a paper map.
Yeah, because he like, I can't remember, because he was drunk. He's like, man, I don't remember. So we stopped in a gas station. He bought a map real quick, looked at the map. He's like, all right, I don't need it. Boom. That thing threw it in the glove compartment. Like, all right, I know where we at. And he kept driving. So when we got down here, we went straight to his house.
So he didn't need any help getting to his house from the motel.
He didn't have to pull a paper out no more, look at no address. He already knew everything.
And that's when y'all parked down there on the south, well, it's the south side of Benton Road.
2116, his house. That's Markel's number.
How do you know that?
Because I remember when I passed with y'all the other day.
Oh, okay. All right, so.
But I remember the first time when I passed by, I looked at the numbers, but I couldn't remember. So that's why when I try to go back around, if I can look at the house, I was looking at the numbers, if it can hit my mind. So I remember, you know.
So he parked in that park where you had to stop
Yes, sir.
and faced towards the street so you could see him coming out of his road.
The same way we pulled in, hotel was still, we was watching.
And then y'all followed him, you said, to the daycare.
To the daycare.
We're on the first trip still.
The first trip. The
And
first
he's
trip, the
driving.
second trip, we followed him to the daycare.
Y'all did the same pattern.
Yeah, same pattern.
So he follows him and they go to the daycare. What, and does he park over there to wait?
Yeah, we parked like, when I was talking about it last time, which I can't remember, we parked like in the corner, waiting until him to come, but I never seen him come out. I'm like, yo, this guy's not coming. So we always lost him, because I guess when he come out, he hit the right and go that way towards like the gym. It never came back, so that we would leave. The first night was up here, we left, we ended up going to Hooters, we ate some chicken.
Okay, so this is when he's talking about the first trip, okay? He said we went to Hooters, ate some chicken wings, drank beer like crazy. So that Hooters is no longer there. If Tallygow is still here, it's basically the Hooters that they've torn down in the past year or so. That's next to El Jalisco on North Monroe. If Margaret's here, I think you'll probably know what I'm talking about. But all of this is very important. And we'll talk about the Manny Pacquiao fight in a minute and just kind of tell you a little bit how discombobulated and confused Luis is about time frames. Probably because he's been locked up, sleep deprived, hungry, thirsty.
We drank beer like crazy, went back to the hotel, did pot and drank, just hanged out. Like the first week was out here, we just, for 3 days, we just scoped him out for 2 days, maybe a day and a half, and that's it.
What caused you to leave town? Why did you give up and just go back home?
Me personally,
Oh my goodness. My dog just growled at me. I'm so sorry. Hold on.
2 days, maybe a day and a half, and that's it.
What caused you to leave town? Why did you give up and just go back home?
Me personally, I told him, listen, man, I don't think this is gonna be worth it. That day, I'm like, this is not worth it, man. We should just get out of here. You know, I don't think it's bad. I like think about it, man. And you know, I gotta do it in the morning, this and that. I'm like, all right, man, whatever. But we leaving. We left, and then about like a month later, the second trip, we like, man, I gotta do this, man. I gotta do this. So I just, you know, that day he told me that, I thought about it all day. Like, where the fuck this nigga's tripping? And it's all because of Katie, man. Like, she had him crazy. You know, she'll go cheat on him, and I guess she told him, if you want me back, you gotta go do this shit. Because when we came back a week later, they were together again. Like, We went to the park. We seen a pocket fight at my brother's house. Everybody was hanging out. You know, it was crazy. So I'm like, she had them all messed up. She had them all confused. So
Were you in any,
Sorry.
were you in any of those, were you present in any of those conversations when she says, if you want me or want me back or anything like that, you got to do this?
no, but me talking to him, he's try to say something. But I know my friend. I grew up since he was 5 years old. I'm like, all right, let's go, man. I really know why you're doing this for. You're doing this because of your stupid ass wife. Let's go. So I went with him. But it's all her. It's all fucking Katie's for winning this shit, man.
So they weren't together during this time of the murder? Where was he living at?
He was living in Biscayne 186 between Miami Beach and Biscayne.
In a house, apartment?
Apartment.
Was he living with anybody?
He was with, at that time, he was staying with him.
Tuto?
Yeah. Anthony was staying there because she'll go drop the kids off and Garcia leave, go get fucked up, go to Shrimp's house, stay in Shrimp's house and leave the kids with Hibaro.
And who was Shrimp?
Hmm?
Who was Shrimp?
Tati, I call her Tati. I think her name was Tati. But I just called her Shrimp. That was like his girlfriend.
His girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she'll go harass him. Every time he was over there, she'll go pass by, drive by. Oh, motherfucker, I see you.
See, he's describing when Katie was pretty much stalking Shrimp whenever Sigfredo was going over there.
Throw pictures of the house into his phone. Like, you fucking this guy, and then you over here harassing my dog. My dog live his life. And do you? Because he was showing me the pictures. Man, look what this girl does. I'm like, man, you like it, and you love it. So what's the use? Because you'll be one day with Shrimp, and then you'll go one night, spend one night with Katie, then she'll kick your ass out the house, and she'll go with this guy. Come on, man. Like, she had him so messed up that he was drinking every day. Every day he would drink, every day he would do coke. There wasn't not one day that passed by without that man drinking and doing coke.
He's messed up over there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Where was she living at?
That time, let's see. I don't know, I think it was in Miami Beach. Was she still living in Miami Beach? I think she was still living in Miami Beach. I'll tell you the last time. I think she was still living in Miami Beach. I can't remember where she was staying at.
It's all right.
But I know after the money and all that shit, she moved where she's at now. Trying to get a better place. Then he moved in with her for a little bit. Then I went over there and spoiled the party, told him, man, fuck that, let's go. Look at her getting dressed. She's leaving in the house and she's leaving. Let's leave. And we left and he never came back. But he'll come late night, sneak in. And be like, you either gonna leave her or you're gonna be with her. Like, she got your head all messed up. She made you go do this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying she really didn't give a fuck. Because she made you do something that you weren't even supposed to do, man. That's your wife, and she's supposed to take care of you. You know, I used to tell him stuff like that. Hey, I got into argument. I argued with him a couple of times. Like the first night we came down, I argued with him back in my alley. I'm like, man, fuck this. We argued, whatever. He left. Then he called me, and then we met up, went to the bar. And I'm like, I was frustrated. I even woke up one day, I was in my house drinking. I ain't tell you this, though.
Okay, I don't know how I just missed it, but I forgot to put the exact timestamp. But Luis says, just in the past couple of minutes, okay, right now we are at 43:11 of this video. Around like somewhere between, I guess, 49, I'm sorry, 40 and 42. Luis says, like, she'll cheat on him, said, if you want me back, you'll go do this shit, because we came back and like a week later, they were together again. We went to the Pacquiao fight at my brother's house. Well, that's Manny Pacquiao. He's a Filipino boxer. But when I looked up, the only times in 2014 that Manny Pacquiao boxed in a match at all was in April of 2014 and November of 2014. So that's not a week after they got back. I'm pointing this out just because time frames are a little weird here. Okay. Now, here's when Luis Rivera's talking about when he gets all messed up one day about the murder, like gets in his head about it.
Thinking about that shit, I said, man, it ain't even that, man. Like, I ain't do it. How the fuck can you walk around here like that? Something that you did and you got here, like everything is all right. I couldn't sleep. Kept thinking about that, man, and them kids. Like, it really hurted me, man. It really do.
When you all didn't do anything the first time, did anybody call when you're heading back to Miami, or what's the first indication is?
He was talking to her. I know he kept talking to her on the phone. The first ride, he talked to her a lot. I know he did. He kept talking to her. I kept telling you, get off the phone, bro. Like, keep talking to her. Nothing to talk about. When you get down there, you talk to her personal. No need to be on the phone. I told him, I said, you're going to get caught. I told him just like that. I said, that's how we're going to get caught. You on this phone. You talk too much, especially when you're drunk. You speak too much. But he always kept talking. Every time she'll call me, that she go again. Oh, God.
But did he call her when y'all were on the way back? You decided abort the mission. You're not going to do it. You're not going to kill the guy this time.
Yeah, the first night, yeah, he called. He like, oh, nothing happened. We'll probably come back, but nothing happened today. Like, fuck it, this shit is sour. It's not, you know, we couldn't even find the guy. We followed him. We kicked. Every time we go to his house, I couldn't tell if he was in his house or not because his car go into the garage. So we could never know if he was there or not.
Did you ever hear a conversation between him and her, or was anybody questioning why y'all didn't do it?
No. Ain't nobody questioning us. Ain't nobody gonna.
Isom acts like people just talk about this out in the open, that they're all talking about it in front of their lady friends. Like, oh, Isom.
Question me, ain't nobody even. I think that they didn't even know I was going in the ride unless the only one that knew was Katie. She knew I was in that car.
How did she know that?
Because he told her. He told her, I'm going with Tato. Like,
Okay, it's coming up soon. This is when there's some confusion, okay? But Luis, and I'll just tell you, like Luis is about to start talking about, he said, day of the murder, I seen Wendi. Who's that lady? She was with the two boys. But then there's two more times during this proffer when he specifies that he saw her the day before the murder. So.
with Tato. So I think I'm going with Tato. So I said, I asked him who knows. He goes, no, it's just Katie. I said, that lady knows I'm in a car. He's like, nobody knows, just Katie. But in my instance, I didn't trust him that day. I'm like, somebody else got to know. Because if you told Katie, Katie had to tell that lady. Because, you know, that day that the murder, when I seen Wendi, that's when I asked him, who's that lady? And he said, Wendi. I remember I could have stayed with the two boys.
When you all get back to Miami, you just go drive straight back to Miami?
Yeah, straight to Miami.
And where do you go from there when you get there with the car?
What car? Which one?
The car he's driving, the rental car.
Oh, the Nissan. I think he stayed with it for a couple of days. I think he stayed with it. We came back. When I come back, I will end up in bed.
So he just said the Nissan. So right now, like Luis is getting confused between the first two, or like between the two trips.
That's
You
my
what
spot.
now?
I go to Billy's Sport Bar. That's my spot. No matter what. No matter what I do, I'm always.
Billy's Sports Bar. That is Luis Rivera's spot.
It's gonna end up right there. So I'm thinking I was there that night. When I came back home. I came home. Yeah, we went to Billy's. It wasn't Billy's.
Was Katie there?
At Billy's? I don't think so.
Did you all go straight to Billy's, or did you go to Jessica's first and then Billy's?
No, I stopped at my house, take a shower, changed up, got dressed, and went to Billy's.
By yourself?
In my house? Yeah, that was my house. He left, he went, I don't know if he went to see Katie or he went to Shrimp's house. So I said, look, I'm finna take a shower and relax. I'm gonna get some coke and then we ride. And he met me in Billy's because I went to Billy's in my car.
By yourself?
Yeah, I went to Billy's. It was me, my brother, and him. I don't know if Ricardo came with me. Don't know if I picked up a recorder that day. Can't remember. Can't really remember that much. I'm not seeing a lot of, you know. But I always end up in Billy's. I go Billy's by myself, then everybody will meet us there.
Was there a discussion about not doing the hit?
Not at all.
There's no discussion at Billy's between you and Tuto?
Mm-mm.
So what was so at that point, was it just like,
Hey, Kristen. Kristen H. Hey, Jill. Thank you for listening and joining.
you and Tuto?
Mm-mm.
So what was so at that point, was it just like, we're just not going to do this? Or was it, we're not going to do this now?
And we didn't speak about it, so I figured like it was kind of dead. But then he told me, look, we got to go back.
Same night?
No, like I think a couple of days after, about 3 or 4 days, like we got to go back up there.
Is anybody wanting the rest of that $5,000 back?
He never told me about the money, if they wanted it back or not. But I know the money was paid, that he had to do it. Then give you interest, you gotta go, you know, you gotta go do it. But we never spoke, I never really spoke about this shit that much. Never spoke to him about it. Never came back and told him anything. When it happened, that day to me it was dead. The same day it happened, I buried that shit, never told nobody nothing. I stayed quiet with it. I never spoke to him about nothing, never told him nothing. But I know we came back. I remember him telling me we're gonna have to come back. The day we left, like, we're gonna have to come back and see what's gonna say. If we got to, we'll come back. But I really wasn't up to it. But we came back and everything happened.
Next trip, whatever.
I just want to back up just to hear. You said a while ago when him and Katie always had him messed up and stuff. What was Katie doing? I mean, you said she was going seeing somebody.
Oh, she go see the dentist.
Who's the dentist? Tell us about that.
I don't know his name. I don't know his name, but the only way I knew his name, I guess, I used to talk to my wife. She'd be like, "This, she's with a dentist." And I was, I already knew she was talking to the dentist. He ain't told me his name, but I couldn't remember. Right now, I remember his name because it just came to my mind. But at that point, he'd be like, "This bitch over here cheating on me." We used to work together. We left the job one day. We left work. We went to a restaurant.
Okay, so Luis is going to start giving details around the Yardbird dinner. So this is March 2014.
Now, when we coming over here for it, now because she's over here cheating with me with the dentist she's working with. I'm like, damn. Now it's like the first time that he told me, like, that's fucked up. And you over here stalking this hoe. Like, come on, you're not an ugly guy, man. You go get whatever you want. Like, leave her, but I know he wanted to get the car and smash right through him. Like, yo, I'll get off the car if you're going to do all that stupid shit. If you want to run the car into that restaurant, I'll get off the car.
He was that jealous of her?
He was jealous, real jealous. He's real jealous about Katie. But
he didn't do that, though, did he?
no, of course not. I think I wouldn't even be in. I think he would have been in jail.
Okay, so Leslie B pointed this out in, I can't remember if it was video or a clip or something, when like Katie is asked if anything happened at Yardbird. I believe, oh, now I'm trying to remember. Was it Tara Kawas who was asking if there had been any type of altercation? Or no, was it? Oh, yeah. It was when Tara Kawas was examining Jeffrey Lacasse on the stand. She was asking if Charlie, back at Charlie's house, the hot tub whole thing, if Charlie was acting like anything had happened, like if he had been spooked or someone had confronted him. But Luis is saying that that there was no confrontation.
He never approached that dude or anything like that, right?
No.
He never did that
Never.
to him? Okay.
I know he told me that the guy looks like him a little bit. How the fuck the guy look like you, man? I know that's what he told me one time. He was drunk. I looked at him and I laughed. Like, you gotta be tripped for real. I remember him telling me that. But.
Okay. All right. So we move up in time. You said he's talked about going back down. Tell us what's the next thing that happened to make all that happen.
No, the next time he's like, we gotta come up here. So we came up. That's when I rented a Prius. We came up. We took the drive up here that night.
How much warning did you have that you're going to take this trip, or how much? He starts telling you.
He told me one time, and that's it. And then the time that he came, he told me that one time, yo, we gotta come up. And all right, whatever. I thought he was bullshitting, so yeah, all right, whatever. Because he was always drunk. So.
Because you're working.
Yeah,
you still have a job. You don't have a job anymore, right? You helped him get a job way back when, right?
I helped him get a job. I gave him a job.
Is he still working there with you at this time?
No. I had to fire him because he was drunk in the job.
Okay. So he's not even working.
I'm still working. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I ain't really paying no mind. That Wednesday when I get off work, he comes, hey, man, we gotta go. Like, this nigga in my mind, I ain't saying nothing. I'm like, he's serious about this shit. You know, so, all right. I said, what's up? What you want? Look, we need to rent a car. I'm like, man, you better find somebody to rent a car. I'm not renting I'll argue, I'm not renting a car in my name. But there was nobody to find. I don't have no license, nobody. So I'm like, all right, let's go, man. I jumped in my car, in my Mercedes, went over there, parked by the side, like the next block over. I jumped off. I said, here, go my car. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna stay back here. He gave me the money. He gave me $250.
$250?
$350.
So I just want to address this real quick in the chat. Yes. Well, first off, Luis admits to being what they call is a jack boy. And that's someone who basically robs other drug dealers. And the other drug dealers aren't going to call the cops because it's what happens. And yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's done some stuff. So just to get back to this real quick. Oh, I don't know where it went. Sorry. Okay. Margaret Lee is asking, has LR or Luis actually ever robbed a drug dealer? That would be dangerous. Has anyone admitted to being robbed by him? Well, they're not going to admit to being robbed by him. But Shadrick was. Yes, this did happen. This did happen. Yeah. It's okay, Margaret Lee. We're all learning. We're all learning. It's okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go back to this. This is when he kind of starts really laying out all of the information about getting the Prius and how much Luis would be paid for going with Sigfredo to do it.
I went inside. I said, man, I need a car. I said, I need a good car. It's going to give me around to Orlando. I told the guy. Yeah, man, only when I got that little green car right there. I'm like, all right, that's fine. Boom. Gave him $350, took the car, left. Followed him to my house. I took a shower. We left early. I think we left.
Luis, was there any discussions at that point, you may have already said, about how much money you were going to get paid for taking this trip? I mean, are you just doing this out of friendship, or was there a certain amount of money that you expected to get? You already told us you didn't want to go. You didn't want to shoot anybody. What about the money?
I was really doing it because it's my best friend, and I didn't want him to take nobody else and get them all fucked up.
Okay.
He told me, I'll give you 35 grand.
That was before you took the first trip.
That's before I took it.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I'm sorry for interrupting. I just like to.
No, it's good for clarification.
Yes.
He'd already been, my understanding, please correct me if I'm wrong, is you'd already settled that he was going to give you 30.
Margaret, the answer is yes. Made him strip down, him and I believe it was 2 other men in the hotel room, made them strip down to their underwear via gunpoint. That happened. Leslie B. Possibly. Yeah, they didn't just bump into him randomly multiple times. They had his phone number. And Luis had Sigfredo's phone number. I'm sorry. Luis had Shadrick's phone number as well in his phone. I don't think we've gotten to it yet in this proffer, but he gets asked why, and he says that Sigfredo called Shadrick from his phone at some point. Yeah, Callie, I agree. Callie says, I'm glad Luis talked, but he's still a dangerous dude. And for everyone who missed it earlier, his release date is August 16th, 2035. No, not nice at all, John Smith. They're not nice people, right? No, no, they killed a man. Yeah, very weird. Yeah, they didn't just bump into him. And, like, I mean, I think that Sigfredo was considering robbing him when they were following him to get the Coca-Cola, and he had the gun out because, Luis says, oh, he was, playing with the gun in the car. Okay, who plays with a gun in the car? I think even like gangstas know not to be playing with a gun in the car. And that's when he shot out the fuel line. They were in the process of following Shadrick to a trailer park, which I'm pretty sure that was 3535 Roberts. The Meadows. I don't think it's called that anymore, but it used to be called the Meadows. Pretty sure that was probably the trailer park they were going to. Just my opinion. And that is the address, yes. But yeah, why did he have the gun out in the car when they were following Shadrick to go get Coca-Cola? Oh, geez, Jolie. Jolie, no, we cannot imagine if Luis attends CrimeCon in 2035. Beverly Lawyer, Pulp Fiction. He could have his own booth, John. Yeah. 1 minute you have money and drugs on you and some clothes, and the next you're naked and sad. You break it down for us, Murder by Maestro. Thank you. Oh, and if any mods in here, can you guys post this is Leslie B, which is Leslie B. Are you not even using True Crime in a Minute anymore? Can someone post Leslie B's channel, John Smith's music channel, and Murder by Maestro? If you guys would do that for me, I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to get back to this.
And then give you an extra 5.
30, and then he's gonna give me an extra 5, but he gave me an extra 7. He gave me was 37.
Okay.
37.
But that's before.
So was Sigfredo just feeling extra, like, generous? Why the extra 2K?
Or even leaving the very first time.
Yeah, before even the first time.
And I believe it's your story, but I believe you said before something about you knew that the total amount equaled $100,000 or something.
Yeah.
Was that before you took the first trip?
Yeah, before he took the first trip, because he told me I'm gonna give you 30, but then he gave me 30. He gave me 37. He gave me 35 first, and then he gave me extra some money on top of it. So it was 37 in total. Then I asked him, how much you getting? He got like 40 something. So I said, how much Katie is getting? Well, she getting the rest. I'm like, hold up. I might be illiterate, but motherfucker, I can count money. 37 and 40 something, and the rest. Nah, she getting more than 50. She getting more than 60 something grand in her pocket. So I mean, there was more money because, me being in prison in Coleman, I'm hearing about her. Oh, she getting a new car. This guy getting a new car. And I'm like, damn, how is he getting all this if this nigga ain't working and she ain't doing shit but fucking his dentist? So the dentist buying her a car. She buying Garcia had already spent all his money. He don't have no money. He spent $5,000 on a Nissan Maxima. He spent $2,800 on a Monte Carlo. Bought the bike for, I think it was $32,000 or $2,900. And the bike is we bought bikes, but ain't no 2016 bikes. It's an old bike. My bike was a 03, and his was, I think it was a 97, but it was souped up. Our bike was all over souped up, and I paid for my bike was $2,300. That's it. But you know, all this money that he spent, if you come to add up, he ain't got much left. Then he rented the apartment, paid for the apartment for 6 months. That way he don't lose it because he don't have no job.
Paid for 6 months outright?
Yeah, he paid the rent for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? He told me I paid the rent.
So Luis is talking about how they just kept getting money and having money all the time. And a minute ago, Luis is talking about how he said, you know, with me being in prison, which is Coleman, he said, I'm hearing about her, talking about Katie getting a new car, Sigfredo getting a new car. He ain't working. And now he's talking about how Sigfredo like is asking him for money and says that he wants to get it, wants to buy some Coca-Cola with it.
Then I come to the house, he got a big ass TV. I'm like, man, what are you doing? Big things. Where you getting this money from? Because I know you spend all your money. Like, I know you do though. I know you spend. He like, man, I'm down to that 3. I remember him asking me, yo, let me hold some money. And I told him, man, I ain't got no money. I did. So I ain't got no money. I already knew what he wanted for. I like, what you want? They had me for $20. I said, well, you're $20. Now I'm finna get Coke. I said, why are you gonna go buy Coke if I sell Coke? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you need Coke? I'll give it to you too though. And nah, but you know, I don't want to just be like a Hoover and trying to ask you all the time. I just want my own shit. I'm like, all right.
So Luis just said, Sigfredo's asking him to let me hold 2,000 or $20. Let me hold some money. Give me $20. And then Luis just said, why are you going to go buy Coke if I sell Coke?
I gave him Coke. I said, you do what you do, however you get your money. But I knew he could get him money.
You saw the TV in the new apartment and everything. That's well after the murder.
Yeah, right after the murder.
I mean, time had gone by for a while.
Time had gone by. Only been like about, say, like 6 months, 6, 7 months, 8 months. The money blew fast.
But you're saying what I'm hearing is, I know he already blew all his money, but somehow these things are still coming in.
Yeah, it's still coming in. Like, where it's coming? And then I remember asking him one time, what you did with your money? Oh, I stashed some of my money in Katie's car. I said, you stashed some money in Katie's car. And you think that girl won't look and clean her car and look and find it? Like, nah, I stashed it real good, but I never asked him where he stashed it. He said he stashed it in the car. So I'm like, man, you was lying. And my mind, like, to me, he was lying to me because you kept getting money. You bought all these toys, man. You buying shit left and right. Your car, the Nissan broke down. You destroyed the car. You had to fix the transmission. You had to fix this. Like, fuck. The Monte Carlo you bought is an old school Monte Carlo. It needed work done to it. You know, you probably put $2 or $3 grand into it already.
After he bought it for 27?
After he bought it for 27.
And the Nissan was 5?
The Nissan was $5,000.
And you said his bike was $3,200.
Yeah, like $3,200.
And you only spent $23 on yours?
Yeah, I only bought me a bike. I ain't buy nothing else. I bought Jessica the little raggedy ass Toyota for like $200-$300 from her best friend. And that's it.
And you said that she had gotten a car. Tuto wasn't working at the time, right? You said something about somebody gave Katie a car?
When I was in prison.
Oh, okay, that was later on.
That's later on.
Okay, that's later on. Okay, so
I don't got nothing to do with no. I'm just.
Okay.
I was just bringing like how y'all keep getting money, how y'all keep getting all this stuff.
So going back to when you're talking about, he wasn't working. Was Katie working? Do you know?
Yeah, she was working with the dentist, I believe. She was still working with him.
when he says Katie was still working for the dentist, I believe that they're talking about Sophie Dentist.
Just still working with the dentist.
Okay.
So when he stashed his money in the car, what kind of car did she have at the time?
That same car she has, Mitsubishi, whatever you want to call it, SUV, the white one she has right now.
Why did she be?
All right, so he says, "Hey, we need to go back. We have to go back. I'm going back." And the money's already been arranged from before. To make another trip, you're not going to get any. You're not going to get promised any more than what you originally promised, which is 30 plus 5 plus 2. All right, so he.
Okay, so I just want to okay, I'll go back for a second. I know you guys, this is like filled. There's so much in this. So, yes, Katie. I'm sorry, yes, Jolie. Jolie says Katie was only stealing from Luis, not Sigfredo. Hmm. Okay, so in Katie's okay, this is what I'm going to say. In Katie's probable cause affidavit, I believe it's paragraph 4, there is indication that Katie was being threatened by Luis after the murder. Right now, you guys, I don't even know how I could find that on my computer. I don't have anything in, yeah, I'm not organized. But there is specific language in there. Okay. Then fast forward when we hear the wiretaps. Like Katie is afraid. Katie is very afraid of Luis. When we hear the wiretaps, Katie thinks it's Luis right away. She thinks that Luis has gotten one of his brothers, okay, and I'm not talking about biological brother, I'm talking about, his family of brothers, LKs, thinks that he sent a brother to get some more money out of them. Also, when Katie and her brother Francis have that conversation, and I know it was in Tagalog and then translated into English, Katie is talking about Luis a lot of those parts. She's talking about like that Luis is coming after them. Okay. I'm gonna John Smith 20. How is okay. So this murder by Maestro, how's Charlie going to say we were going to pay Dan $1 million and just move, but if you kill him, I'll give you $50K, and Katie takes it? Nah. Right. She got a lot more money out of him than just the 138 to begin with. Another thing is, just think about this, just based on some stuff that I'd said earlier. Why on earth, during this $1 million offer, or this thought of $1 million offer to Dan Markel for the boys, why would Charlie even be involved in paying for a third of that? Why? It doesn't make sense. It really should have been like 50% Donna, Harvey, 50% Wendi. I mean, and according to Wendi, she wasn't even going to put in a third. It was her, she's acting like it was her mom a third, or dad a third, Charlie a third, right? Let's see. John says, yeah, a man's life was reduced to a broken down car and 2 motorcycles. Yep. Very sad. Okay. Leslie says, "Oh, I have her PC." Yeah, I believe it's paragraph 4. Leslie B. There's some language in there where you can tell that Katie is scared shitless of Luis. Yeah, they are a family. That's why. Yeah, Jolie says all K's are a family. Yeah, that's why I said one of his brothers. Yeah, got got Luis all wrapped up in this. Callie, Katie is very sly and very stupid at the same time. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, I think a lot of times she's like when she says she doesn't know, it's because she doesn't have any brain cells left. Like you guys, Harvey was prescribing her massive amounts of Xanax during all of this, and that eats your brain. Yeah, John said, yeah, Wendi says she wasn't putting in anything like into the $1 million offer to Dan Markel for custody or whatever. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Like why? Why is even Charlie involved in that 1/3? Why is Wendi not involved? Just, that's why I'm saying, you guys, this is multifaceted. Very odd. Let's see. Murder by Maestro says, yeah, and how does Katie's sister land $1 million in her lap and vanish? And vanishes it through a witch doctor? No, just no. Well, yeah, apparently, yeah, I guess they tracked down, like, what was it, 620 something thousand dollars of the $1.2 million that she had stolen from her employer. And we're talking about Samantha Che Magbanua, Francis's wife. Yeah. I mean, they had a paid off house, paid off cars. Yeah. And Jolie. Yeah. Jolie says it makes no sense for Charlie to be involved, but to pay for it is crazy. What are we missing about the Adelsons and Dan? I keep thinking Dan found out something else financial that got Charlie involved. I agree with you. I believe Dan found out something about Charlie. Yeah, Leslie, my brother would not pay $333,000 for my ex to go away. Hey, Kristen. Kristen says she's been listening. She says, "Hey, TCW. Could they have seen Wendi that day? Maybe she came over to watch the kids real quick for Dan while he was in the shower or on the phone and walked around the neighborhood. What's your take?" Oh, yeah. No, I do believe that they saw. Yeah, I 100% believe that they saw Wendi on Trescott on Thursday. We'll hear in a little bit that, actually, I think it's coming up pretty soon. But okay, the alarm at Dan's house went off at 12:43 p.m. Okay, and Luis is going to talk about what they were doing on Thursday. Okay, Luis says we get up that morning. Okay, everyone in the room is like thinking real morning. Okay, guys, they didn't leave Miami until 10 or 11 p.m. They drive 7 hours, 7.5, whatever it is, all the way to Tallahassee. They check into Roadway Inn. This is the July trip. They check into Roadway Inn because they left late Wednesday night. They check into Roadway Inn and they take a nap. And Luis is like, yeah, we got up that morning. Well, it's not morning. You guys didn't even arrive here until like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. You take a nap. When Luis says we got up that morning, it is afternoon. It's after 12. They took a nap. So Luis is going to talk about how they were at the park and Sigfredo says, "Hey, I see something. Let's drive around." Okay, this is where my videos come into play in regards to my walking behind, okay, the drainage ditch, Ashford Apartments, McCord Park, McCord Pond. Mrs. Parks, the lady who is the resident at Ashford. Okay, this is when all of that comes into play because Luis is going to describe what happened. He says, like, Luis says, hey, I see something. Let's drive around there. They drive around. And then he says, hey, he's describing exactly how they're driving. He sees Wendi, asks Sigfredo, who's that? Sigfredo is supposed to say, I don't know. But Sigfredo says, that's Wendi. Luis is like, uh-oh, okay. Sorry. I don't want to get ahead of myself. All right. Let's see. Yeah, they were getting lots. I mean, that's how they were blowing through the money, too. If you get okay, Murder by Maestro says if you get busted stealing money, you have to give it back. If you spend it, they take the assets. Not many things you can say you blew it on besides drugs, holidays, or a witch doctor. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Jolie says, look at how much Jeff figured out about Charlie in one day. Imagine what Dan witnessed and heard. I know. And Jolie, were you the one in, I think, was it Patty's chat? Or that asked the question? Like, why would Charlie be why would Charlie be responsible for a third? I think it might have been you, Jolie. Wish the Markels could have hired a PI like the one in the case of the Richens. I mean, wish they would have hired one ahead of time, right? Yeah. Because, I mean, another YouTuber revealed a year or so ago, maybe even longer, that that Wendi is watched by a PI. Yeah, I think you're spot on. Okay. All right. I'm going to get back to it. I'm sorry. Thank you guys so much for being here. And thanks so much for the discussion. It never gets old. And until Wendi's arrested, we will not stop. The unindicted co-conspirator, in my opinion, needs to be under the jail.
So he basically says that you go to the rental car place, you get the Prius, you go drop your car off.
Yeah.
Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. And then what happens from there?
We took off. We came up here.
Same two guns?
No, ain't no more. It was just one gun.
Okay, I thought both guns went both trips.
No, sir.
Just one?
Just one trip.
Short nose, long nose?
Short nose.
What happened to the long nose?
Probably left it home. I don't know what he did with the long nose.
You left it at home?
No, he probably left it in his house.
Okay.
I don't know what he did. I went to one gun.
Okay, so short gun, the one you got from the black guy in the neighborhood for $150.
Yes, sir.
All right. And you haven't shot up all the bullets yet? Nobody shot any either one of them? How do you even know it works?
Cause he shot a hole through the fucking car.
That was an accident, though. I'm talking about before you even left Miami.
Oh no, he ain't even tested or nothing.
Nobody tested it.
Nobody tested it. It was tested in the car that day that he shot the hole through it.
Okay, so and we'll get to that in a second. But basically, you saying that you bought the gun, never test fired it. He never test fired it.
Never.
But that's the only gun you're bringing this time.
That was the only gun we bought. Just one gun.
Okay.
The first trip was 2 guns. The second trip was 1 gun. That's it.
Okay. So you get in the Nissan. You're driving. I'm sorry.
Not a Nissan.
Prius.
Prius.
You rented it.
I drove.
You said something to them about he might drive it or no? Was he ever going to drive the Prius?
No. I drove. He drove for a little bit. The night we left, he drove. He took off. But then he was drunk. He's like, you know what, man, you should drive because if we get pulled over, this car's not under my name, it's under your name. So I'm like, you know what, you're right. But then I tell him, I'm in probation, man. If we get pulled over, I'm going to go to jail.
You're saying that to him?
To him. And we get pulled over.
Okay.
So the day we get pulled over, the officer grabbed my license, came back, gave me a ticket. He's like, slow down, put your seatbelt. Gave me a speeding ticket. And I'm on my lap. I looked at Garcia and told him, this motherfucker didn't take me to jail.
So you got a ticket in the Prius?
In the Prius.
On the second?
Okay, and this is when we establish that it's, sorry, that it is Trooper, well, he's a corporal, but he works for the Florida Highway Patrol, Stephen Downing, in Alachua County, which is basically Gainesville, in the middle of the state. They were on I-75. Corporal Stephen Downey was Trooper of the Year in 2024. He is a part of Florida Highway Patrol Troop B, and he is a 16-year veteran with the troopers.
Trip on the way up here. You have any idea what town you were near or what road you were on? Or
Man, I know. Keep going with these towns. You know, I don't know. I'm not good with these towns.
I know.
The only thing I can probably just say, I keep saying Gainesville, because that's like, every time I pack, I'm like, yo, are we close? Every time I used to see, because they had a G on it, I'm saying, yo, we close? He's like, yeah, we like back in like an hour away from Tallahassee. Something like that. I'm like, all right. But by that time, that's when I got pulled over.
But you weren't in Miami. You weren't in Tallahassee. So were you on the interstate, you think?
Yeah, I was good. I asked him, because when we got pulled over, I'm like, yo, how long from here, where we get pulled over to Tallahassee? He's like, we got maybe like an hour or 2 hours, the most. The top was 2 hours. So I'm like, all right. Because I'm not trying to get pulled over. I know if I get pulled over again, we fuck. But when we get pulled over, I tell him, yo, this is a sign, man. We should just turn around. He's like, nah, man, fuck that. We up here. So we drove to Tallahassee. That's when everything happened.
okay. So you get to Tallahassee. He knows where he's going. You didn't drive the first time, so he knows where he's going.
You know, everything. When I'm driving, he's telling me where to go.
Y'all end up at the same hotel,
Same hotel. Same hotel.
109 or 110.
Yeah, same room and everything.
Okay. And from that point, what do? You start doing coke and stuff again, or?
Yeah, we started drinking, getting cool. I barely can sleep.
What time did you get here to Tallahassee?
Oh, dang. Had to be like, we left early that day, right? Yeah. I think we left early that day. Then we got up here like around 11 o'clock at night. Let me see what we're doing. Like 11.
Okay.
11 o'clock. Somewhere around there. I'm never gonna give you the time and then you might be all fucked up.
Was he talking to anybody on the phone on the way up?
No. No, he was doing coke. He didn't really talk to nobody on the way up. If he did, I can't remember right now if he did. But the only person he's gonna talk to is gonna be Katie. He won't call nobody else.
Okay.
The only person he talked to is Katie.
Okay. So you're at the hotel. You got the gun in the room?
The gun was in the car.
Okay.
The gun was in the car the whole night.
Oh my goodness. April loves golf. It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Yeah. Tally girl's right. Will never happen. Hey, Andrew, you're back.
Stayed in the car.
Okay.
The only time the gun was in the hotel was the first trip.
Okay.
But the gun was in the car. Wake up. I'm gonna sleep maybe like around 2:30. 2:30 around that night.
In the afternoon?
In the morning. Cause we got there at 10 o'clock at night, 10 to 11 o'clock at night, went to the hotel, we're hanging out, we're just chilling. I said, man, I'm gonna go to sleep, I gotta get rest, cause if you're gonna have me watch this guy all day tomorrow, I gotta get rest.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I did just get see, I do this as well. Just got the June and the July trip mixed up a little bit. When they arrived, they did start partying. So I don't know how long. I don't know. I've never done Coca-Cola. So I don't know if you lose track of time. I know it's supposed to keep you up, but at some point, they're partying and then they take a nap. But he still says, like, we get up in the morning, but I still think it's like, it's not morning like us normal folks. It's not 7 or 8 a.m. It's noon.
So I try to fall asleep. He was still awake doing coke. I went to sleep. The next day, it was Thursday. The next day we drove around there. I ran around the block. I went around the block to the other park behind his house. He said, pull in here real quick. Let me go see if he's home. So we pulled in. He walked over there. He looked, came back. He's like, go around the house. He said he seen something, but he wasn't too sure if it was money. So when I go around the front of the house, that I come back like this. So I'm driving this way. Wendy's walking this way with the two kids. So I'm driving. Before I get to the bump, I'm looking to my rearview mirror and I ask Garcia, man, what's up with this lady? Why's she looking so much? He's like, oh, that's that lady. That's Wendi. And I go, oh, that's her name. I said, well, so, you know, I'm like, okay, I seen the two kids. I said, what's she doing up here? What is she doing up here? Oh no, that she came to make sure that everything's all right because he's leaving out of town tomorrow. So it's got to get done tomorrow morning before he leaves. Like, all right, we leave. We go back to the hotel.
Let me interrupt you for a minute. Was there ever a phone call from anyone around the time that you saw who he described to be?
When she walked, as I'm looking at the rear mirror, I seen her walk a little bit further from her house, get on the phone. By the time we get to the hotel, he's talking to Katie. That's when he asked Katie, what's she doing up here? You know? But I asked him in the car before Katie called, what is she doing up here? She came up here to see if everything's all right with the kids. I said, man, you gotta know something besides that shit. What this lady's doing up here? And she knows that we're up here. She knows you're up here. So what's she doing up here? So when he calls Katie. Hey, what's going on? I seen this lady up here. Oh no, she's making sure that everything is fine there. What time he's leaving tomorrow on the flight or where the fuck he was going. I said, so we gotta do this tomorrow, huh? He's like, yeah, cause he's leaving, and she came to see the kids. But I seen her face and everything. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, we're going back to the hotel. I'm sitting down. I'm sitting down on the chair in the hotel. And he's looking like, you all right? Like, no, I'm just curious what the fuck this lady's doing up here. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay, so I just kind of want to answer this. Okay. So Kristen, the reason why they knew to go around to the back of the house. Okay, the back of the house is where Ashford Apartments are. There's the drainage ditch that runs behind Trescott Homes and goes down into, like, the drainage ditch drains into McCord Pond. Some people call it McCord Lake, but McCord Park is behind the Trescott Homes. Winthrop Park, where they sat and waited for Dan to leave, and where Dan's memorial bench is, where he would take the kids to play, is across Benton. Okay, two different parks. But the reason why they knew to go back there is because the June trip was surveillance and recon for Sigfredo and Luis. Luis says that Sigfredo already knew the area. Sigfredo had gone before with another guy, Jorge Varea. They had made a trip, and I had asked Gish when Leslie B. Gish and I were doing our little like the Wendi TV review on Leslie B's channel. I had asked Gish, when did he think it happened? Like, when did he think that Jorge and Sigfredo made their first trip? And he said I believe the dates that he said was May 2nd through the 4th. And I think so. I didn't write it down on this page, so. But the June trip was supposed to be actual Jorge and Sigfredo, but Jorge gets arrested on June 2nd, and Sigfredo and him are supposed to be leaving to come to Tally, but Jorge's in jail. Sigfredo can't find him. Then Sigfredo has to recruit Luis, and the June trip then becomes a recon for Sigfredo and Luis to do the dry run before they come back a month later. If that makes sense. Yeah, so Sigfredo knows the area very well. Yes, Winthrop is where the tennis courts are. Yeah. Yeah, everyone's always playing pickleball over there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Thank you everyone for being here and hanging in there with me. I really appreciate it.
That shit, everything good, man. She just made sure that everything was all right. I said, I don't really like the sound of this shit, but whatever. If you say everything's all right, I trust you because I just trust you. I trust you because you're my dog. You don't worry about it, man. Here, man, take a drink. Like, man, it was early in the morning. It was 12. Like, man, I'm good. I don't want to fucking drink.
So this all happened before 12 noon?
Yeah, before 12.
On Thursday?
On Thursday.
You drove by?
Okay, he just said, well, it was early in the morning, I don't know, around 12, and then Isom interrupts him and says, okay, so this all happened before noon. I don't really think that Luis is sitting there checking his watch the whole time. Okay, I do believe that Wendi was at the home. 12:43 is when the alarm went off because Wendi was at the house. Sigfredo and Luis are at Ashford. They see, like, Sigfredo sees something. Maybe he sees Wendi walking around to see if she's, maybe Wendi goes through and like is trying to see if Sigfredo is like watching for Dan. And then they drive around and sure enough, they see Wendi and the boys walking down the road. Like daycare records, if they did keep like specific times when people would check out, like some of them don't, you guys. And oof, I don't know. Never mind. I don't want to be mean about Creative, but I actually thought Creative was at one location of West Tharp Street. Then when I realized where it really is, I don't know. I don't know why anyone would ever send their kid there. I mean, the education might be great, but the neighborhood is horrific.
You saw her walking the kids. You ask him, he says that's Wendi. She's making sure that we're going to do this or whatever.
That she wanted to make sure that we was up there. She thought that we were lying, that he was lying. Because they don't even know I'm in the car until she seen me that day.
Yeah, but your car's got tinted windows. Does she even know what kind of car you guys are in?
That car, not even tinted. Like, you can see through it. It's like, you can see real, you can see, it's tinted, but not dark like people think.
Andrew says, was there a money drop in the drainage ditch? I don't know. Possibly. Was there a meetup at Lake Ella later on between the three of them? I don't know. When I say three, well, I also think Harvey was there, so maybe I should say four of them. Say Sigfredo, Luis, Harvey, Wendi. Oh, and two little munchkins with them. So, yikes.
Right, but she wouldn't know you from Adam's house. She wouldn't know you from anybody.
Yeah, she don't know me from anybody. But you can see, you got a little short guy in a car like this, with I'm driving like this, and you see Garcia. Garcia's on the passenger side. You know, so she looked and then he looked. Like, you know, that's what caught my attention. Like, what's up with this lady looking at the car? She didn't know she wanted to make sure that it was up here. I guess Katie had told him everything. And then he called Katie. I remember leaving the day when we left. He called Katie. Yo, everything all right with this lady? She's like, yeah, everything's straight. Don't worry about it. Just make sure you get that shit done.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Or he tells you that?
No, I can hear her talking on the phone.
You're in the car or in the motel room?
No, I'm in the car. We're still in the car. We got pulled up. Before we go in, every time before we go in the hotel, we sit in the car for like 10 minutes. We don't go, we just don't go in because I'm sitting down like, yo, you see that camera right there? You know, it's facing that way. You see that one over there? Yeah, man, how you see all this shit? I said, because look at that camera over there, man. I tell them, yo, you gotta start drinking, man, before you can pay attention.
So you hear her voice saying that he recognizes her without question. He doesn't have to ask.
He don't even gotta ask. He didn't even have to call an action on this shit. He already knew.
He's already saying, why is Wendi here?
Yeah. No, I asked him why she's up here.
And then he relays to her on the phone.
He relays to her why she.
Okay, I think I did miss something and I did not mean to because I'm yeah, Leslie B is like a total pro at this. So I'm trying to like move between like my notes like two screen. Okay, never mind. And Gish pointed this out, you guys, but I want you to hear it, okay? Again, sorry, I'm going to go back 1 minute. It's at 108:30. Make it 25. Okay. This is when Luis says, she looked, then he, meaning Sigfredo. She looked, then he looked. That's what caught my attention. So them recognizing each other is what caught Luis Rivera's attention because they already seen each other. They already knew each other from before, meaning Wendi and Sigfredo. Allegedly, in my opinion, based on the evidence and all of the research that I've done and everybody else's videos. Thank you. That's for particular, someone who wants to threaten folks.
So she looked and then he looked. Like, that's what caught my attention. Like, what's up with this lady looking at the car? She didn't know she wanted to make sure that it was up here. I guess Katie had told him everything. And then he called Katie. I remember leaving that day when we left. He called Katie. Yo, everything all right with this lady? She's like, yeah, everything's straight. Don't worry about it. Just make sure you get that shit done.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Or he tells you that?
No, I can hear her talking on the phone.
You're in the car or in the motel room?
No, I'm in the car. We're still in the car. We got pulled up. Every time before we go in the hotel, we sit in the car for like 10 minutes. We don't go, we just don't go in because I'm sitting down like, yo, you see that camera right there? It's facing that way. You see that one over there? Yeah, man, how you see all this shit? I said, because look at that camera over there, man. I tell them, yo, you gotta start drinking, man, before you can pay attention.
So you hear her voice saying that he recognizes her without question. He doesn't have to ask.
He don't even gotta ask. He didn't even have to call an action on this shit. He already knew.
He's already saying, why is Wendi here?
Yeah. No, I asked him why she's up here.
And then he relays to her on the phone.
He relays to her why she came up here for.
Okay.
That's the conversation.
So it's not a question of if it's Wendi. He already knows it's Wendi.
Oh, he already knows it's Wendi.
And he's telling Katie, why is Wendi here?
Mm-hmm. To make sure that he was up here, make sure he was in line, that she was just paying him for nothing but.
So Tuto's met Wendi.
Yeah, I think he did. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna answer that right there because I'm not 100%.
Okay.
Did you know?
Oh. Okay, so remember in the very beginning of all of this, David Collins is like, of course you can say, I don't know. If you don't know something for certain, you make sure that you let us know you don't know something for certain. Luis knows in his heart that they know each other. Luis knows that they know each other, but he's never been told that. So he kind of backs down a little bit on this questioning. Okay, we'll listen to it again.
To make sure that he was up here, make sure he was in line, that she was just paying him for nothing but.
So Tuto's met Wendi.
Yeah, I think he did. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna answer that right there because I'm not 100%.
Okay.
Did you know Wendi?
No, not at all.
You ever seen her before?
Just that day. That day I seen her, that Thursday. I'm not gonna say I never met her, I never seen her. I don't know if he met her or but I know he said that's Wendi. I'm like,
Okay, so Luis did not lie there, right? Said just that Thursday. So, I'm glad I just caught that because I actually didn't catch that before. I'm glad to hear Luis say that, because that can still mean that he saw her Thursday at Lake Ella and didn't lie during this proffer. Oh, I'm a little bit more relieved.
Never met her, never seen her. I don't know if he met her or he knows, but I know he said that's Wendi. I'm like,
Okay. All right. And Katie says she wants to make.
Wendi. I ain't even gonna answer that right there, because I'm not 100%.
Okay.
Did you know Wendi?
No, not at all.
You ever seen her before?
Just that day. That day I seen her, that Thursday. I'm not upset. I never met her, I never seen her. I don't know if he met her or he knows, but I know he said that's Wendi. I'm like,
Okay. All right. And Katie says she wants to.
So just that Thursday, he didn't specify that it was only once. He said just that Thursday. He could have seen her twice on that Thursday.
Make sure that you guys are.
and we make sure that was up there.
And you heard her voice say that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So you're back at the motel, and he wants to start drinking. It's before noon.
Yeah, we hanging out now. Now we in the hotel hanging out. Ready for the next day. I'm like, man, listen, don't get drunk, man. If you're gonna do something, you gotta do it right, man. He was toasted, man. Wake up in the morning, first thing he does, chug. I was taking a shower, like, don't tell me you're drinking, man. Man, I'm only taking a shot. Everything gonna be all right. He was already taking bumps. I'm like, oh man, fuck.
So at 12 noon, back on the Thursday, you're there, and did you go anywhere else? You had to go someplace else because the car has to get shot.
Yeah, we were driving around. That's when we seen that black boy with a car. We were driving around looking for coke. Matter of fact, we were driving around looking for coke. We had went to some bar. I don't remember where the bar was at. He said, man, let's go around here because I know somebody got to sell coke. But we bumped into him in the road.
In the road?
Yeah, in the road. We driving, bump into him.
I thought somebody already had his number.
Yeah, Garcia got his number. Garcia was trying to call him, but he wouldn't answer. He was trying to call him, he couldn't answer. So I told him we bumped him in the road. He, yo, what's up, dog? He like, my phone. And he like, hey, man, we need some party. Like, follow me. So that's when we following him. I'm in the back following him. That's when Garcia, I don't know what he was playing. I don't know why he was playing with a gun. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. I heard, I'm driving, boom, I'm like, jump. Like, yo, what's up, man? You all right? I don't know where I look.
So he's claiming that they just run into Shadrick, which I don't believe that that's true. I do believe that Sigfredo contacted Shadrick because they were going to go back to the hotel and pretty much, do whatever for the next like 15 hours before they're getting up the next day to do the actual hit. But he's saying that Sigfredo's playing with a gun. Like, you guys, people do not play with guns. Not even your hardened criminals. They don't play with guns. No, I've never seen Isom around Tallahassee. I do see Jason Newland. I have seen Mr. Geiger, and he looked super healthy. And on one of my videos where I'm doing a walk on Trescott, his home is getting renovated and all of that's been completed now. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, I think Luis stopped himself to let Sigfredo give up Wendi, Harvey, Charlie, Donna. Possibly. But yeah, they didn't just happen to run into him again. They are hooking up with him. And then why does Sigfredo have a gun out? It's so weird. Let's see what Margaret Lee says. In hindsight, it's as if no one listened to Jeffrey Lacasse for 2 years and only half listened to Luis Rivera. Oh, yeah. Wendi. When. Yeah. Okay. We'll get back. So, yeah. Why does Sigfredo have the gun out at all? Like, were they going to rob Shadrick again? Jesus.
Boom, I'm like, jump. Like, yo, what's up, man? You all right? I don't know where I look at the car. Like, they want to move on. Yo, this car is now moving. What you did to the car? I was just laughing because he's so stupid. I'm like, You took this to the car. He's like, oh man, I don't know. I said, we don't got no gas. How the hell we don't got no gas? So we stopped. He looked under. He's like, oh shit, it's a line. I said, you shot the line? Are you serious? So we pushed the car outside the road. The black boy came. He's like, man, y'all come with me to the Adelsons. I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying in the car. I'm in the car. I'm still in the car. They come back. He's like, man, we gotta check the car. I'm like, man, get out the car. He's like, man, get out the car. Fuck, what you so scared of? It's not scary, it's just being cautious, man. I wasn't trying to get seen by nobody. So I got off the car. I'm outside the car, and while they jacking the car, I'm right here talking to the black boy. This nigga stupid, man. He's like, what happened? I said, I don't know what happened. The hose, he signed something here. I didn't want to tell him what happened, you know. I said, I don't know. I hit something, but he had to fix some small little holes because he's a little mechanic, so he fixed it up. But I was outside.
He called Shadrick a little mechanic.
The car for every 10 minutes. We jump back in and we follow him to some trailer parks. Some trailer.
So he said a second ago, like we went to the AutoZone, and I think that they were on Monroe Street when this happened. And the AutoZone is just a few doors down from where the Hooters used to be. It's right up the road, right? I would say less than a half mile, probably, yeah, less than a half mile from Lake Ella, less than like north of Lake Ella, and would be less than 3/4 of a mile from their hotel room, Roadway Inn, which is now called Clarion. Because between Clarion, or what used to be Roadway Inn, and Lake Ella, I believe I mapped it, and it was like 1.18. It's a little less than 1 mile and a quarter, 1.25 mile away, however you say that.
I ain't pull up on the park. I just pulled up inside. Like, wait for me right here. When they got some coke, went back to the hotel. Yeah, I think he followed us. He rented the hotel for us. This time he rented it. He rented the hotel.
See, so that's like a little odd because now he's talking about Shadrick renting them the hotel. So is Luis getting confused about when the fuel line got shot out versus when they got coke? Like this part is weird. Let's listen to the last minute one more time because Luis Luis goes to a different place. Like, I think Luis goes to a different time or different day here. I don't know. I don't know what's just happened. But it is following him talking about the gas line being shot out. So we know they're in the Prius, and we know that this is the July trip.
And while they jacking the car, I'm right here talking to the black boy. This nigga stupid, man. He's like, what happened? I said, I don't know what happened. The hose, he signed something here. I didn't want to tell him what happened, you know. I said, I don't know. I hit something, but he had to fix some small little holes because he's a little mechanic, so he fixed it up. But I was outside the car for every 10 minutes. We jump back in and we follow him to some trailer parks. Some trailer park. I ain't pull up on the park. I just pulled up on the side. Like, wait for me right here. When they got some coke, went back to the hotel. Yeah, I think he followed us. He rented the hotel for us. This time he rented it. He rented the hotel. So we just hanged out. We hanged out. And then the next morning, when we woke up, that's when I went to Markel's house.
Stop right there for a second. All right. With all that and the guy that went and found drugs for you, and so forth, all these contacts with that guy, you're saying is from Garcia's phone.
Yeah.
Not your phone.
He put the number in my phone.
Okay.
So I don't know if he called him from my phone one time. I think he tried to call him one time off my phone. I told him, don't call nobody out of my phone, man. I don't know this guy. First of all, I don't even like that guy. That man, we straight.
You ever heard name?
No, never heard his name. Never knew his name. Never heard his name.
Hi, Christina again. Hi, thanks for coming back. Yeah, okay. So John says Isom either didn't believe Wendi was involved or was instructed not to believe Wendi was involved from higher ups. I'm not so sure about the second half. I think it's the former, not the latter. Yes, Andrew. We need Mr. Geiger for one more try. Yeah. You guys, Mr. Geiger is super healthy. I mean, I realize he's elderly. Like, he is elderly. I don't know how old he is, but like, he's out and about. He's out and about doing his thing. And I saw him having lunch. And I think it was like a month or so after Donna's trial. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I put it in one of one of Jackie St. Germain's live chats. Hi, Sky Troop. Hi, I hope you and the missus are doing well. Shadrick could sort it out. He's a dealer, but loved his court persona. Yeah, what about, like, at one point he's like, what the fuck? Like, he looks at Judge Hankinson. That was so funny. I think it was when DeCoste, or no, when Sam Zananga was questioning him about being I think about being Shadrick's like point person. Okay, I'll move on. But this is just odd right now. I'm like catching on to this.
But yeah, I think he called him one time from my phone, and then he tried to call him out his phone, like, man, or whatever. I ain't paying no mind. But he rented the hotels for us. You know, he rented the hotel English twice, because we had to check out the first time.
Okay. So right now when he's talking about he rented it for us twice, we had to check out. Like, Luis is confusing the two trips because they were at the Budget Inn and the Roadway Inn, is my understanding, during the first trip, and then only the Roadway Inn on the second trip. I don't know. But in the next like 30 seconds, I want you guys to start paying attention to the three people in the room, not Isom, not Luis, but the other three folks in the room. When Luis is talking about Shadrick hanging out with Garcia, they're acting like they're best friends. Like, okay, so what I think is happening here is Luis is actually recounting the time when gun gets pulled on Shadrick, he has to strip down naked by Luis. Okay, Luis pulls a gun on Shadrick. So I think Luis is confusing the two trips right here when he's talking, but you'll start seeing David Collins, Monica Jordan, and Pat Sanford, like, they start moving all around and about again.
We came up here the second time. It was the same night that we was there the next day. We had to rent it again.
And so he gets you a hotel, and you made it sound like it was a hotel that was closer to Markel's house.
Yeah, the one that he rented, his name was closer to Markel's house.
Did he go party with y'all in the room or anything?
He was there for a little bit. He was there with Garcia. He was there. I was mad as hell that day. Like, I ain't come up here to make friends. So he was there with Garcia, hanging out. It seemed like they were best friends for a little bit.
Rental car company ever found out there was a hole shot in their line?
Did they find out?
Did you ever call them or say, or you just immediately just fixed it?
Oh, no, we just fixed it right there and then.
Okay.
Garcia's he's a mechanic. No, bootleg mechanic. You know how to do a little work. He fixed it himself. Okay. Fixed it up and everything.
All right. So then what do you do that night after you're at this new motel?
We're just hanging out. Just chilling the whole night. We ain't do nothing, stay there the whole night. I parked the car in the back, just sitting there. I ain't do nothing. I was throwing threw a picture of the owl, like I told you, posted on Instagram.
He saw an owl, a bird, I don't know what kind, it sounded like a barred owl maybe, that landed in the parking lot at the hotel. And
So he says the night before. So Luis is now talking about posting that owl picture on Thursday. Okay. I do believe that he is sending Wendi a signal. That's what I kind of started this entire live stream on, was he's sending Wendi a signal like, I'm watching you, because of her owl shirt. I think Wendi was wearing the owl shirt on Thursday and Friday. Okay, because remember, she jumps up out of bed, she rolls out of bed, throws on some shorts because the Geek Squad guy is coming on Friday. She doesn't have time. She was allegedly, in my opinion, and what I believe was happening, she was up all night drinking and packing on Thursday night. She wore that owl shirt on Thursday. She just passed out in the bed, and then she's getting text, or she's getting woken up by her dad, but she's being alerted that the Geek Squad guy is coming. Actually, I think if Harvey was in town, which I believe he was in town, he probably left early and took Wendy's van and probably went up to right up the road to either a coffee shop or a Books A Million, where he could have just spent a couple of hours in there drinking coffee and roaming around. And that's like right up the that's from Aqua Ridge to there is like 5 minutes.
Took a picture of it.
scared him.
And what happened after you took a picture? What'd you do?
I took a picture and put it on Instagram.
And then what happened?
Katie called Tuto. Tell him to take that shit down. If you're stupid or what. So, I'm like, well, I took it down. I don't know if I took it down right away, but I took it down. So she like, why would he do that? He can't tell nobody what is that. And in my mind, y'all be talking on the phone all fucking day. The fuck you worrying about me putting the picture on Instagram? But yeah, I put it on Instagram. She called him and told him to take it down. So I took it down. That's it. We just hung out all night. The next morning we left. The next morning was a Friday. Friday morning. Went to Markel's house. Went over there. I parked by the park again. I waited for him to come out. When he came out, I followed him with Garcia in the car to the daycare. He gets to the daycare. I'm just driving in circles. I pulled up across the street. It was a building.
Okay. When he says I followed him to the daycare and I pulled up and I went across the street because it was like a building, that's the apartment complex where Walter Rayborn killed Cornelius Poole and Lance Love and their dog and burned down the apartment. And Walter Rayborn was someone involved in this that, like, he's a convicted murderer, but he tried to say that he talked to Sigfredo when they were in jail in Leon.
At that moment when I'm pulling in the building, he's coming out. As he comes out, we follow him again. This time we follow him all the way to the gym. Follow him to the gym. Waited in the parking lot for a while, for like 45 to an hour at the most. Got there. So when he came out of the gym, I followed him home. As I'm following home, he goes around the back. I go around the front. We met him right in the garage. I was like maybe like 3-4 feet away from his car. Garcia jumps out, goes around the car where he's driving. Dan Markel was on the phone that day. Shot him twice. Got in the car. We left. The kid driving. We dumped the gun. We dumped the gun towards the bridge. can't remember that bridge. I wish I could remember if I can show you. I really couldn't remember it. Drove. After I made it home. Never spoke about this again. Never told nobody. The next morning, it's a Saturday morning. I'm in the barbershop. Katie calls my phone. Where's Tuto at? Stupid motherfucker don't answer the phone. Just like that. I'm like, I don't know. Let me find out for you. Give me a minute. I try to call. I think I called Shrimp's phone. Call Shrimp. I said, where's Tuto? Oh, he's here, drunk, sleeping. I said, wake his ass up. Tell him that Katie's living for him. For what? Don't worry about it. I called Hibaro. Hibaro go pick Tuto up. So I think Hibaro picked him up, dropped him off in Katie's house. They showed up to my house. I'm still in the barbershop. I'm in the barbershop.
And Gish would be better at this, but I don't know if he's saying Hio, Hubado. I don't know who he's talking about, but when he said I call like Hubado, that is Luis's do boy, like in the L case. He's having him go and round up Sigfredo because they're back in Miami. Okay. Katie's gotten the money from Charlie. And Katie has now powered back on her phone at, I think it was 9 something a.m. because she powered it off the whole night. And now she's got the money in the trunk of her car. And she's calling Luis because she's looking for Sigfredo. Sigfredo's at Shrimp's house. And Luis was at the barbershop.
My wife calls me. Babe, Katie and Tuto are here. I got a bag in my hand. It looks like this. It looks like a brick. But all right, don't touch it. Don't even look at it. I'm on my way. When I get there, Katie's upstairs because Jessica told her to come up because I just had Lulu. I get there, Katie and Tuto. Katie, oh, what's up, Doctor? I'm like, what's up, man? Tuto, what's up with the bag? Get the bag. I grab the bag. I take the money out, stick it in my pocket. I said, man, what you gonna do, man? I gotta go back to the barbershop. I gotta get a haircut. Leave Katie here, man. Let's ride. We left together. Went to the barbershop, got a haircut. He paid like 2 or 3 guys haircut. He gave him all to the barber. Hey, man, go ahead and cut other people's hair. Let me get in front of this guy. We left. I ended up going to my mom's house. I see my mom. I paid my mom's rent. My mom was owed like $2,000. So I paid my mom's rent. I left. And went to my house. Took a shower, got dressed. I didn't really do too much that day. Just I went to Bailey's for a little bit. And no, I went to somewhere else. I met some girl in another bar with Garcia. We hanged out over there. From there, we ended up going to the Hard Rock. Garcia spent $7,000. And the Hard Rock lost it. That's why I know he didn't have no money. So he spends his money in the Hard Rock, losing his money. I leave.
So Sigfredo lost $7,000 at Hard Rock Casino. Like, unbelievable. And Sigfredo, Luis is talking about, Luis sounds really responsible. He's going around, he's like paying his mom's rent. He's like, and then we'll hear in a minute about he goes to his ex-wife's house. His ex-wife is Annie Diaz. She's a lot older than him, and he started having children with her, I believe, when he was 14.
We left the Hard Rock, whatever. I made it back home Monday. What was that, Saturday?
No, I don't have a picture of Shrimp. I've seen a picture of her. Her first name's Stephanie. I won't tell you her last name, but it is in the record.
And Sunday I wake up, take a shower. It's noon, maybe around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I go see my ex-wife because it was school about to start, I believe. So I gave her $5,000. So here goes $5,000. Buy the kids. But we got the money from. I don't know why y'all be asking questions. Just get the money and don't worry about it.
What's your ex-wife's name?
Annie Diaz. I gave her the money. Leave. Maybe a week later, something like that. I take money to my sister in an envelope. I said, put this away from me. I don't want to have it in the house. Because when Jessica gets mad at me.
Beverly, it is my understanding that he was 14 and I believe she was in her early 20s when they had their first child. That is my understanding. I cannot remember exactly. I've seen pictures of her and their children.
She goes to my pockets and take my money. When I come home drunk. And I didn't want her to find that money. And I didn't really want her to know, ask me a million questions where I got the money from. So I put it away. My sister put it away from me in the closet. I think I used to stay with my sister. I had keys to go in and out of the house. So I used to go in and out of my sister's house. That's about it. That's when the story ended right there with the money. Markel and everything.
Let's back up to, you come back home, where do you take the car to, or where you and Tuto together, you stopped at the ATM. I'm sorry. Yeah. You're at the Prius and you stop at an ATM. You've seen that photograph. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then from there you go somewhere. You're just getting back into town.
I can't remember. I remember I went home and went somewhere else.
Well, you said you ended up going to
Billy, but I didn't go in the Prius to Billy's. I wouldn't drive that car. I ain't drive that car. He had that car. I didn't even like that car. He had the car, lost the car for 3 days. I had to go look for the car because he don't know where he parked the car at. I had to call AAA to go in the car and give me because he left the keys in the car, locked the car with the keys. I couldn't open the car, so he called AAA. I gave AAA $50. They opened the car, gave the keys. Went and got his stupid ass. Here, come collect this car. Let's drive it back. I turned the car in and left.
Who did you find?
So Sigfredo is so messed up after he loses the green Prius. And he loses the green Prius for like 3 days. Luis finds it. And he's about to say where, but he finds it with the keys in the car, locked inside the car.
AAA $50. They opened the car, gave the keys. Went and got his stupid ass. Here, come collect this car. Let's drive it back. I turned the car in and left.
Where did you find the car at?
A couple of blocks from Shrimp's house. I think Shrimp was staying like on 76. I'm thinking Avenue, somewhere around there in Miami Beach. And I found the car like in 78, 79th Street. Like 2 or 3 blocks down in a corner. Right by a fire extinguisher. They would have tore that car away. And then I would have had to pay more money. That's how drunk he was.
Okay. So you came back, you split up. So he took the car. He took the car with him.
Yeah, we split up. He took the car. He had the car for a couple of days. I kept telling him, I gotta return this car back, man.
Okay, but the next morning, Saturday, you said you go to the barbershop.
Yeah.
All right, so the murder happened on Friday. Y'all drive all the way back. You party, whatever, Friday night. Was it Sunday that he went to Hard Rock? Or was it that?
I'm thinking it was that Sunday. No, it was a Saturday. It was the next week.
Okay, so
The next week after that.
the next week after that. Okay, so before we get to that, you're back in town on Friday. We talked about Big Daddies.
Yeah, we talked about Big Daddies.
Do you remember?
I wasn't. I kept telling you I wasn't too sure if we were
Right.
Big Daddies or not. I can't hear sit and be like, yeah, I was there.
No. that's
Maybe
fine.
I was. Maybe you said my credit card went in there. If I did. Who knows? I can't remember if I was there or not. I really can't.
Well, before this, I want to go back to your driving out of Tallahassee, and you said before that he calls Katie.
Mhm. He calls Katie. I think right when we had dumped the gun, and then he called her, and he said, "Everything is done. Make sure you have my money."
Okay, I want to just talk about this for a second in regards to where they're saying that he dumped the car. Okay, so we know that Sigfredo Garcia's phone powers back up at 12:30. They left Tallahassee at, well, the last time we see them on the bus cam footage is 10:55 a.m. heading north on Thomasville Road. They're at Armistead Road when they're passing that bus. And I-10 is about another mile and a half, maybe 2 miles. I'm trying to, it's no more than 2 miles, okay? So an hour and 35 minutes after they get on to I-10, like they're definitely like they are somewhere in between. They're on I-75 because from Tallahassee, if they're driving anywhere between 70 miles an hour and 80 miles an hour, the I-75 exit off of I-10, because, okay, Thomasville Road is exit 209. It's only 93 miles to I-75. So if they're going anywhere between 70 and 80 miles an hour, I don't think they're going over 80. They've gotten onto I-75 and they're somewhere either in Columbia County or Alachua County when they pull over at 12:30 and he ditches the gun. If he ditches the gun at or around 12:30 p.m. when he calls Katie. Ocala, I see that Andrew said Ocala. So Ocala is about 40 miles south of Gainesville. I don't think they're at Gainesville yet. Gainesville is, I guess if you're speeding. But Gainesville is like, I'm trying to remember, 384. Gainesville's like 2 hours away if you're speeding. An hour and a half if you're speeding. Yeah. So it's somewhere there. I believe it's before Gainesville. If this is true. I'm like, I really want to find that bridge.
My way. When we get back to the house, he calls, "Yeah, with no money." She goes, "Don't worry about it. You have it tomorrow morning." I can hear it.
I know. I want to go back. You're driving out of Tallahassee. The Markel's been shot. You're driving out of Tallahassee. All right. And then are you saying that you dumped the gun before he made the first phone call? Because the big deal was about he calls her and says.
Yeah, he called and told her it's done. Everything's done. I think way before we dumped that gun or after we done the gun, but for sure, 100%, he called and said, "Hey, it's done already."
Do you hear her on the other end?
Yeah, I can hear it. She goes, "Okay, I know, all right."
Okay, I know. All
yeah,
right.
like I'm like, yo, how the fuck does she know? Like, how would she know if this shit's done?
But it's Katie's voice.
Yeah, it's Katie's voice. 100%, it's Katie's voice. He can't call Wendi. I don't know her voice. I know Katie's voice. Okay. So I'm like, all right. I said, I'm like, did you really just call this guy and say you're done? Like, where your mind is at?
All right. I'm using that as a reference point for when that conversation happened. Have you all dumped the gun yet?
Shit, I'm not sure. I don't know if I did or not.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you yes.
No, that's fine. Just thought I was trying to give you some type of reference point to remember.
I can't remember where the fuck the bridge is at last night.
Well, I know. I was thinking if you'd already dumped it, we know we can narrow down here.
I drew a picture. You want to see me this morning thinking about the bridge? That's how much I've been thinking.
Oh my God, have you guys ever seen this picture?
About this bridge all night? Just like that. That's what the bridge look like. The bridge look like that. That be me. I had pulled up right there to the side. Garcia jumped off. There's grass. He didn't go all the way to it. He threw it from there. So I don't know if he made it to the water or not.
But you could see the water from the car?
Yeah, I'm right there. I can see him.
You crossed the bridge and stopped.
The bridge ends here, and it got like a metal. You know how I got the little metal guardrail? He jumped over the guardrail.
Okay.
So it's a concrete wall, then a metal guardrail.
It's a little concrete wall, metal.
Okay.
And you had to jump.
But the bushes weren't so high that you couldn't see
No,
the
it's just
water.
grass.
Okay.
It's just grass.
Okay.
But that's what when I was looking at that the other day. I mean, yesterday, like in 2 years, I don't know if the fucking grass grew or they cut it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. There's so much.
Okay, just an FYI, every single bridge. If you guys have ever seen, I do not have a copy of this picture. I do not think I have it, but it is hilarious. But every bridge has a concrete wall, a metal railing, and grass around it. So every single bridge. Also, I want to address this. Yeah, Callie says, I believe the Adelsons were going to pay Sigfredo, Luis, and Katie forever until Luis Rivera made a deal with prosecutors. Well, Callie, I believe that Katie is lucky she got arrested because I think it was one boat ride out into the Atlantic Ocean with Charlie, and we'd never see Katie again. In my opinion, Charlie wasn't going to pay her forever. That's just my opinion. But I think that they were going to pay as long as they could, but it was going to get old. It was going to get real old in a little while for Charlie, in my opinion.
Construction out there now, so that shit had me confused.
There was a lot of construction out there.
Yeah, so I'm like,
So let me ask you this. From the edge of that wall right there where Garcia was standing, how far to the water was it? Well, like from here to the wall? Was it way down the road? I mean,
let's say if it's here. I'm gonna give you a sign like right here.
Yeah, everyone wants that murder weapon, but I'm pretty sure they'll probably never find it.
The water will be way over there to the wall.
okay, it's about view of the wall, maybe 20 feet or so.
20 feet.
No, pretty close.
No, that's like 12, 15 feet.
No, it's some more than, it's about 9 yards, 10 yards, it's between 25 and 30 feet.
As long as we have a reference, he's saying it's from this point to that wall, that's the water.
Because when I pulled up, I can see it. Like from the point, I can see him. I'm trying to look at him like, what the fuck you doing? Is he throwing it? Because I'm seeing him going like this. I'm like,
Depending on the time.
I don't know. Because he told me not.
Andrew, you're hilarious. Yeah, I don't think, yeah. I mean, not if she would have had a hole in the head. Sorry, excuse me. I did not mean to be graphic, but yeah, you guys, Katie was scared. Was it to go up to the icon? Like, I think that she thought that the Adelsons were going to murder her after the bump. Like, because Katie was losing her mind. Katie was unraveling big time.
Took it apart. Did you took it apart or not? He said, yeah. So, all right, I believe you. Let's go. I really wanted to stay with it if I can put it. If I knew where I was going to stash it. You threw it.
You were going to stash it?
Yeah, I was going to stash it.
You were going to drive all the way back to Miami with it?
I want to drive all the way to Miami and put it away and bury that shit somewhere. Nobody's going to find it but me.
Okay. What if? All right. So, was there any discussion if you got stopped? What would you do if you got stopped by the police with the gun?
No. We got stopped with the guns.
Right.
And if there was a search, I don't think they would have found it. If they would have found it, they would have found it on him.
On the passenger seat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm driving, so they would have found it on him. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So I say, hey, if we get caught with this gun, you know you got to take full responsibility. I'm not going to prison right now. Right now your record's kind of clean compared to mine. Yeah, if we get stopped, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? When I'm looking at him, whatever. He's drunk. You know, I'm like.
But you were willing to take the chance on driving all the way back to Miami with a murder weapon?
Yeah, we almost halfway. Where we threw that, we was halfway.
Well, as far as we went yesterday, it was more than halfway back, but I got you. Okay, so you wanted to keep it, but he decided it didn't need to go.
Yeah, he told me, pull over. pulled over and threw it.
Okay. Did he, but he didn't take the gun apart till he was down by the water? He didn't take it apart and
He was trying in the car the whole time. I'm like, bro, what is it to take the revolver and just pull the thing out? I mean, it's all you gotta do is pull it out, man. Like, man, I don't know, this shit's hard. I'm like, whatever. I'm just driving. I'm driving and looking at the rear mirror, looking for the police the whole time.
so we got a full cylinder. We got a full cylinder of 6 bullets to start with.
Mhm.
Is that right? That's how you had it. And then he shot one through the floorboard and shot Mark to kill twice.
Yeah.
And there's 3 bullets left.
Yeah, we 3 bullets left. Yeah.
What happened to the bullets?
I don't know if he took them off and threw them. I don't know if he left them because he opened it. He took the bullets out of the car. He had them in his lap.
Okay.
So I don't know if he grabbed them and threw them in the water too.
Okay.
Everything was with him when he jumped out the car. Whatever he did down there, he did. I didn't know what he was doing.
Did y'all have extra bullets in the car?
No,
Just you came up here with 6.
6 bullets. No extra.
Okay.
1 gun and 6 bullets.
So you,
Whatever he did when he got up the car to throw it, I don't know if he took the bullet and threw it. I know I seen him. He said he threw it, and then he came back to the car with nothing.
so before or after the phone conversation, but the phone conversation, he tells her it's done. And she says, yes, I know. Something like that.
Yeah,
But you,
that's my understanding the way I heard it. So I'm like, because I'm driving, but you know my window's cracked. So I'm like, I screwed up a little bit because I really want to see what she's gonna say. So I'm driving like, what she said? She know? She said, yeah. I'm like, fuck, she know about this shit so fast. I don't know when they was still up here. I don't know what was going on, but everything. He just told her, make sure we have that money when we get down there. When we get to my house, I was arguing with him about that. I'm like, yo, we come down here, there's no fucking money. Oh, y'all motherfuckers playing games. Don't be playing games, man.
See, I think that Luis already thought that there was gonna be some weird shenanigans. And he's already concerned that they ain't gonna get cash. Yes, Andrew, there are bridges everywhere. I mean, there is so much water everywhere. I would have been terrified of all of them Adelsons I've fled to Vietnam. Yeah, Lunas. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you. I appreciate it. We've been here a while. You guys, I promise it's coming to an end soon. Oh, real quickly, I just want to let everyone know I am putting the link to TCT's channel. His name is Callie Hall. He is a farmer and an artist, as well as a true crime channel. If you've been around a long time, you might recognize his name, but he's great. And he's enhanced the audio on this. And this is a link to actually this video, but if you go to this video and then of course click on his channel, you can like and subscribe. Oh, you guys hear some birds? I know. I know. I also have golden retriever and a lab puppy like scratching, but we're almost done. But yeah, so Luis is like, they better have my money.
And go get that money. I got to argument him that same day. Like, don't worry about the money being. He called, Daddy, where the money? She goes, don't worry about it. You have it tomorrow morning. First thing, sun come up, you will have it. Now I said, all right. You know, I'm going to the barbershop tomorrow. By the time I get out the barbershop, that shit better be around to do. I mean, you're going to have problems. You're making me go to a mission shit that I ain't want to do. I left it like that.
See, so he threatened Tuto. Listen to that again. It would probably have to get. Oh, I do want to say, you guys, Gish was going to join me, but then he wasn't able to. So I just want to let everybody know. And if I have a mod that can put Gish's channel, John Smith, lyrics by John Smith's channel, Murder by Maestro, This is Leslie B, all their channels in the chat, I would really appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, he basically tells Tuto, Oh, there goes a souped up something behind me. Sorry.
Barbershop tomorrow. By the time I get out the barbershop, that shit better be around to do. I mean, you're gonna have problems. You making me go to a mission and shit that I ain't wanna do.
He just said something to the effect of you made me do some shit that I didn't really want to do. What did he say? Hang on. Sorry.
Right. You know I'm going to the barbershop tomorrow. By the time I get out the barbershop, that shit better be around to do. I mean, you're gonna have problems. You making me go to a mission and shit that I ain't wanna do. I left it like that. Katie calls my phone. Hey, where's Tuto at?
This is Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
Very next morning.
The very next morning. They ain't passed not even 24 hours.
You didn't see Katie Friday night.
I didn't see Katie Friday night at all. I seen her the next morning in my house.
Do you know if he did? You know, if Tuto saw Katie the night before?
I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I can't tell you yes or no. But I seen her in my house the next morning. That's 100% sure. She brought the money.
Where's the barbershop?
Right around the corner. I'm in 135th. It's on 135th on this game. It's on 135th on 16,
Okay.
and it's 135th. It's like when you go to the track, the railroad track.
Railroad tracks.
It's Biscayne.
About Biscayne?
Yeah, right in the corner.
Of Biscayne and 135th? Okay.
What's the name of it?
I think it'll be King Racer Barbershop. Something like that.
King Racer?
Yeah, King Ray Barbershop.
King Ray.
Ray, R-E-Y-E. It's
Yeah.
the Spanish pronunciation for crown.
Okay.
Or the word for crown.
It's not a gang. It's not no gang.
Right?
No.
Okay.
Oh, he's protecting the barbershop. Wants everybody to know that's not a gang affiliated barbershop, even though it's called King Ray's, R-E-Y-E, which means crown. Interesting.
So you get a phone call while you're at the barbershop,
Yeah, when I'm at the barbershop.
and it's Katie.
It's Katie. Where the fuck is Tuto at? Just like that. I'm like, I thought he was with you. You know, like I didn't want to slip and say nothing stupid. So I'm like, well, he's not with you? Okay, hold on. I think I know where he's at. Let me call you back. You know, I'm like, it gotta be he's with Tati with shrimp. So she knows that. She like, oh, he gotta be with that dumb ass. He probably is. I'll call you back. So I call shrimp.
But she just asked for him. She doesn't say nothing.
Oh yeah, no. She said, who's gonna come get the money?
Come get the money.
Yeah, she like, where the fuck is Tuto? I said, man, I didn't want to slip, so I'm like, I'll find out. She goes, okay, but who's gonna come? Who's gonna come get the money? You wanna come get it? I'm like, I was gonna go, but like, nah. Thank God I didn't go, because now I got at least some food because she was in my house and she brought the money. So I'm like, now I'm straight. I'm gonna call Tuto for you. So I sent Hibaro. Hibaro went to go pick him up, and they showed up both of them to my house.
You didn't go pick up Garcia over at Shrimps,
I didn't pick up Garcia for nothing in the world.
but you sent Hibaro to go get him.
Yeah, because Hibaro was like my dude boy.
Okay.
Let's go do this, go do that, go over there. Take my mom, go do this. You know.
Katie know Hibano?
Yeah. She knows Hibaro. Not like that. She probably knew Hibaro like for like a year. And then you leave the kids in the house. How can you leave them with this guy? You don't know if that guy's a sick person. You don't know nothing about this man. Leave the kids in this. You know, Garcia leaves the kids over here. Come on, man. I used to get mad. How you gonna leave the kids with this dumbass little nigga over here? This man is 40-something years old. Supposedly did like a couple of years in prison. Yo, we don't know his background like that. I used to get mad at him leaving the kids like that in the house.
So Hibaro goes, apparently, or he tells you he found him.
Yeah.
Does he call you and say, hey, he's here at Shrimps?
Call me. Shit. I don't remember if he called me or not.
Somehow, Tuto gets with Katie,
Mm-hmm.
from what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because, all right, so you go ahead. I don't want to jump in.
I was in the barbershop. I believe I called Hibaro. I called Hibaro that day because that's the only person I would call. I said, go pick up Tuto. He's in Shrimp's house. Take him to Katie's house. Then Katie and Tuto showed up to my house. Garcia gave the bag to Jessica. But Jessica called me, hey, I got a bag here, looks like a break. I said, listen, I'm on my way. Who's over there? She goes, to Katie and Tuto. I said, I'm on my way over there right now. Tell them don't move. Tell them don't leave. I want to make sure Katie was there for real. I thought it was bullshit. I get there. I ain't even get a haircut yet.
You also want to know that you got all your money, right?
Yeah. So before I want to make sure all the money's there. So when I ain't even count the money there though. I get there, boom, I drive. I sit around, get the bag, I grab the money, put it in my pocket. I go to the car over Garcia. I said, do I have to count this shit or what? He's like, man, you don't have to. I said, you know what? It's easy to count because they were all staples. So $1,000. $1,000, it was all hundreds, but a grand staple, each one of them. So I said, okay. He let me here, let me give you the.
Are you saying stapled or a strap around them?
Staple.
With money.
To the money. There's a grand, like that staple.
$100 bills.
10 $100 bills stapled together.
Yes, sir. Just like that. So I grabbed it. It's called stacks. Stacks. I grabbed it. I'm like, I'm going to be the old here for it. They gave me extra. I said, all right, man, let's go to the bar shop. I get a haircut, man. And that's it. Yes. I got my little haircut in my mom's house. Pay my mom's rent. Went home, took a shower.
So Garcia's with you the whole time? You doing that? You doing that right
Yeah,
now?
when I went to my mom's house, yeah, he was with me.
He's with you at the barber shop?
He was with me in the barber shop, with me at my mom's house.
So it sounds like you got 30 grand in stapled $100 bills.
Mhm.
And then he dug out five or six or seven something.
When I went to the barber shop, you know, I got a haircut, so I changed $100 bill. Boom. I just said, man, hey, stay with 40 and give me 60. Because the haircut's $20. And give me 60. Boom. That's it. But he gave me the other extra. That's about it. That was like the whole nightmare right there.
And no more discussion.
Never spoke about it again.
How did Katie leave from Jessica's house?
Her car. She was in her car.
So she's still there with Jessica and Lulu the baby when you leave with Tuto.
Yeah, I left with Tuto. Let's go, man.
Okay. All right. I think this is a good time to break. Is this for us?
You can keep
That's fine. What time did you go?
11:40.
Probably gonna hit the road by 1:30ish.
Yeah.
Just take a break and we'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay, that's fine.
Actually, if y'all want to, you just want to stay in here and talk? I will.
Do you need to go
That's
to
what
the
you want.
restroom or anything? You sure?
Yeah, let's talk a few minutes. Just tell us when the recording's off.
Okay. So definitely want to provide the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office with some WD-40. Oh my God, those chairs were horrible. Yeah. So, yeah, at one point, I believe it was the 25-minute mark. Yeah, at 25:30 during this particular video. David Collins wants to go off the record, but they're not allowed. Ison's like, no. Monica Jordan says, oof. Says no, the recording. Then he says, okay, not a big deal. But alrighty, so every time I see this, every time I see anything, I'm always catching something new. I want to thank everyone for being here with me. I've been on a little shy of 4 hours. I did not intend on going this long. Oh, YB, I see you came. Hi, how are you? Thank you, everybody, for hanging in there. I see a few new names, so I really appreciate you all for being here. And I hope you all have a good day. And until next time, I'll see you soon. Justice for Dan Markel. Hashtag unindicted co-conspirator who needs to be arrested. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you.